Welcome to the Ultimate Fancast, where fans are the star of the show. Each week we explore the epic co-created Battle Bunnies franchise from legendary artists Frank and LaNatra and the team at Junkbox Studios. Ultimate fans join BBS, Lord L, and Brian as they dive deep into the extraordinary world of the Battle Bunnies. Plus, we'll be your guides and take you backstage with the creators and actors who are captivating family audiences worldwide. Are you ready to meet this week's Ultimate Fan? It's time to fan up and enjoy the show.
Welcome to another edition of the Ultimate Fancast. This week's special guest is he's a special person. He's just so awesome. And I want you to keep this in, Brian, because I'm pausing a lot, and this opening is terrible because we usually have Luke do the opening, and he's not here because he is the guest. We have Lord L. Lord Elrug, please come to the stage. Thank you.
Yay.
I'm not even mad about that opening because I wanted it to be awesome, and I'm sorry that I screwed it up, but I did that in purpose so that just to show how awesome you are, because you're the highlight.
No, it was perfect. It was perfect. It's fun because you made me laugh, and I was trying to keep it, but then Brian saw me laugh, and Brian couldn't keep it.
Brian did pretty good, though. You could see in his face he wanted to lose it, but he held that smile. It was, I don't know how he did it, but he did it good. His eyes were saying something totally different to his face, that's for sure.
Oh, that's
and
good.
It set
That's
the theme.
And I also wanted to mention that we have a special guest. We have Frank LaNatra here. Luke chose him. It was between Frank and Krista, and Krista, you know, she's not here, but that's okay. But it was definitely like they were together, like in a balance. Like
there's a bus on the way. There's a bus on the way to the city, and there's Luke standing there. BBS comes, throws him straight under. Just then. That's not how it was, Krista. That definitely was. I think this is set up on the back end, Krista, because they didn't even let me choose. Okay? If they show you any receipts, they're not true.
Well, she said she now knows who your favorite is, and she understands how it is. So, told me to give you the pass along that message.
I'm so excited about the show. You have no idea.
This is going to be one of the best Ultimate Fancasts of all time.
I think that the best part about it is the notes that I'm going to be taking when you guys are on the show. It's totally fine, man. Let's bring it on. Let's have a good show.
Hey, I can't wait to see what game you guys come up for me.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. The challenge has been laid out there for you, gentlemen. You will create the games, because to date, I think I've been the game master for our guests. So we're going to turn the tables when it's my turn to be on the show, and I want to see what you guys come up with.
Okay, but you can't.
Well, we'll start a thread in the Battle Bunnies server or something, and we'll get the community to help us, because I think we need everyone's help for this one. Take him down.
It'll be your bunny or your bunny, and you have to tell us.
That wouldn't be very fun. Yeah.
But man, all jokes aside, it's so surreal being on the show. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what I've installed, and I hear there is a new game for me today as well. So I'm going to be excited about that. But I'm definitely ready for some questions, and let's get it going.
Yeah, let's let our guest host kick this off with a question.
Oh, you can't put me on the spot like that.
Well, you know the format. This is easy. Ask him about how he discovered you.
Well,
like, how did you
funny thing is,
the funny thing is, I probably know most of the answers to it. But I did ask a question.
Frank,
I just learned Rodell has 3 other siblings.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
That's awesome.
And we got to meet them all. That was epic.
Well, 2 of the 3. His older sister's not there. Yeah,
that's true. Okay.
Unless she's hiding in around the corner or something like that. But we've only
all right.
I might add just before, Frank, just remember whose side you're on later when, it starts getting hot and heavy. you told them you didn't want to start, and they threw you straight up for the first question. Just remember that, right?
You need like some kind of bus animation to like go through the screen every time, like before.
I was looking for animations like that when we had Breaky on. Breaky talked about the riding dirt bikes and stuff like the. And what I wanted to find was one that would just like jump across the screen or something like that, but I couldn't find one that didn't have like a alpha channel so that we could see it. So I had to just overlay some stuff on that. But I've been thinking about things like that, like having some graphics just come across the screen and stuff. That would be cool in post. But yeah, no. Lord L. Okay, I'll start it off with a question.
Okay.
Because we're excited to have you here, and you are the ultimate like space guy. Now you're the ultimate Fancast leader. Between running spaces and doing this ultimate Fancast, which one is your favorite?
Ooh.
I would definitely have to say the Fancast.
It's definitely a trick question. Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping
you're good at both. Like, there's no wrong answer.
It's honestly definitely the Fancast because talking in spaces is cool and all, but you're talking to, I guess, new people you don't know. So when we're in the Fancast, I'm talking to my friends and I'm talking to people that I know, and I know the people listening are people that we all know and we're all talking to, and we're all our little innuendos and our all little side jokes. And so I think I just love talking in general. Obviously, everyone knows that, but the Fancast hands down because I get to talk to y'all, like, and it's fun, like, and just like what we do, we try and set each other up, but not too bad,
Right. What does it feel like so far being on the other side of the Fancast now that you're on the hot seat? You're the one that's getting the questions that we're going to be asking. Does it change at all as you're sitting there, or is it, this is just business as usual?
I was actually thinking about that pretty much straight away, and it honestly feels exactly the same. It doesn't feel like I'm in the hot seat. It doesn't feel like it's just our normal, what we normally do. Like we're sitting here, we're yarning, we're, as you know, when we're asking questions, we're telling little bits about our story as we go in the Fancast anyway. So it's kind of how it feels for me. I'm just, because I guess I'm different too, because I just talk a million miles an hour and I'm always about me as well. So I'm always like, yeah, well, when I did this, that's right. It's the fans' question, not mine.
I disagree. I think that you're really good at highlighting others. Like, I think that like someone else comes in and you can read the room really well, and that's something that I really admire about you. Like, you can just say, you just know that it's not about you. So I disagree with that. I think that that's why you're so good in spaces. That's why you're so good in Fancast, because you can really just read somebody well and highlight them the way that they need to be highlighted. So
he's always giving out the flowers. Yeah, like, I mean, you do an excellent job,
but they're
like, you're throwing bouquets, man. It's not just a flower; it's like bouquets. Like, it's awesome to watch.
It's one of those things. Those, like, you guys give that stuff to me, handball it. Like, I'm not giving out flowers. I'm just merely telling the new person or someone else exactly what this person just did, because it's hard to recap. When people say what it's like being in the bunnies, or how do you like the bunnies, and it's like, yo, I've been here. Like, how do I express 2 years plus of friendship and just so many different things in the, like, it's hard to explain. So you have to always give credit where it's due, and I feel sometimes it's an easy way to explain, because trying to explain the feeling that I have for Krista and Frank, see what I did there? Is,
we need more of that.
And,
couple more.
Yeah, and like, no, and the bunnies and the and all our friends in our community. It's hard to explain. It's honestly hard to, when someone says like, oh, what do you like about it, or why do you do it? Like, NFTs are now, to me, irrelevant opposed to the project and us as a family, as the Fluffle fam. It's kind of the NFTs are the bonus now, when before it was the opposite. I feel like the times have changed, and hearing, like, when we were in that space the other day, when you guys said, man, you would want to come to Australia to see me, man, I was beside myself. Like, you can't imagine how beside myself. I want to go across the country to see you guys, you know, and the fact that you guys want to come. Yeah, I know, but the fact that you guys like, you had like a hypothetical dream, and one of them was coming to Australia to see me and Tim. Like, come on, like that to me makes me feel more like a fan. Makes me feel more like the star, like you said, of the show. I'm the star of the show because we are, man. Like, people want to come across the world to chill with us.
Well, because that's, I guess.
I want to join that. I want to join. I wasn't on that space, but I want to join that trip if there is a space to go see Lord Elrug.
Just the whole fluffle fluffle down.
Yeah,
under.
the whole fluffle. Everybody
just go down under to visit you.
Yeah,
and that's what Krista always says too, right? About things, and it's like we never look at it as us either being up on stage or us as a thing, right? It's like it's about us as a whole, as a family, right? We've just all become so close and stuff. So it's like it's all how we see each other. It's not. I don't know how to explain it better, but it's like the fact we have the same admiration and love for all of you that you guys have for us. So, you know, for us to do these kind of things, you know, are big deals as well. And, you know, just like you, we know what it is for you to come all the way across the pond, right? Across the world, really bring your family, do all of that stuff just to see us and be a part of everything that's going on, man, is, you know, we couldn't be more grateful for those kind of things, man. It's amazing how dedicated you are to everything.
It honestly feels awesome to, you know, hear that, but it's like we don't even intend on it being like that. I didn't even think about it like that. I just thought about it us cruising to the fluffle. Like, it was like we're all going. Shit, well, I got to go. It wasn't huge for me. It wasn't like, obviously, you know, it's expensive and it's timely, and you know, you put so many things on hold to do it, but you don't even think about it in the moment. You're just like, I'm just going because everyone's meeting up. Like, it's just like catching a bus to Sydney or somewhere else. Like, you're just traveling somewhere, say what's up, and then, like I said, I came for the weekend. Like, when I tell people in real life here, oh, you go to America? I mean, I just went for the weekend. They're like, what? I said, yeah, I just got there Thursday and left Monday. And they're like, you flew
across the world
25 hours one way, 35 hours the other, just for a weekend away. I'm like, yeah. And that's probably one good way for me to explain it. That's like, how does the fluffle make you feel? It makes me feel like I'd travel 50 hours to spend 3 days with them.
That's because their fluffle hugs are the best, man. You know, when we see each other.
As you were talking, I was thinking. Oh, go ahead, Frank.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as I was thinking, like, I mean, you've been here since the beginning. I mean, there's a lot of people that may be listening to this episode for the very first time, so they may not know like your full story as far as like when you came into the fluffle and, you know, how you discovered the Battle Bunnies, and like, if you could kind of share a little bit about that just for the new people, but also, you know, talk to us about, like, was there like at any point like this inflection where it just exploded and you were like, oh my gosh, I will fly across the country, you know, and show up at Richmond, bringing your family, you know, that we're talking about 2 years here. Like, we just celebrated the 2-year anniversary. You've been to Richmond twice. Like, like,
I honestly feel that's a like, it's gonna be a 4-part quick answer, but don't worry, I got you. And I've had that same feeling probably 2 or 3 different times where it's gone boom and then boom again, right? So when I first joined the NFT space, it was because, you know, I like tattoos. I got loads of tattoos. I was all about tattoos, and I seen this thing, I think it was on Instagram or something, and it was Harvey from Bored to Death Club, and I think it was like a dead boy, and it was before he launched, and I was like, sweet, I like this. It said free tattoo. Come on, you love tattoos. This dude looks awesome. I love tattoos. Like, I'm going to do this. So I joined the Discord, and then from there, Frank was already there. Frank was in that Discord with Krista, and that's how I got to know like the Battle Bunnies. And that was kind of, I went over, check out the Battle Bunnies. I'm like, all right, this is amazing. I love it. Like, the art's next to none, done by hand by scratch. But I was predominantly in the Bored to Death. And then I think it was when we were minting the Spartans. I remember I was at breakfast, and I was on. A lot of people listening probably already heard it, but I went on holiday. I was at the Gold Coast. it was like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. for me, and I was at the breakfast table, and I had this nice breakfast in front of me, but I wasn't touching it because I wanted to mint these Spartans. And then I minted a Spartan after 5 or 6 unsuccessful transactions, and I was fretting, and this wasn't a cheap mint either. This was a hefty mint. This was the biggest mint that I've ever purchased. It was our Genesis collection, as when we were like booming in the NFT space. Like the whole NFT space was just expensive. And I remember I was like $1,400. Like, I can't remember, it was a load of Aussie dollars. It's not as minuscule compared to the US dollars, obviously, but definitely was more then too. Anyway, and I remember minting it, and the feeling I got when I secured these NFTs was like no other, like minting, and seeing the reaction of everyone else, how all excited we were. It kind of like, it reinstated me in the NFT space, and I was like, I was all for the minting. And then we kind of stayed like that for a while. Then we minted the Series 1, and it didn't go to the plan whatsoever of when we started to how it envisioned. And then, so, Frank and Krista and then the team, they all brainstormed, and then all of a sudden we've gotten the collection was broken up. Then it wasn't the 5,000 bunnies I think we were originally going for. It was broken up into that Series 1, and then it just added that element to minting. And I think that kind of was like plateaued. Like, we were just, that was the space at the time. And then I think the Richmond was coming up for the first time. And then it was when, for like the bunnies, when I met Frank for the first time, never seen him before, so open arms, legit. It was just a hug. He was behind the booth. And I always heard Frank and Krista's passion over VCs. I always heard it and seen it it was totally different when you got to meet them in real life. It was so surreal. And then, like, we fast forward a year of that, and it was the second time. This was the second boom, is when I met Krista, Frank. I remember it was meeting Krista for the first time, and I legit, I felt something that I've never felt before. I legit, like, I was soft. I started tearing up. I legit felt emotional, and that's when I realized, like, how crazy this is. Like, it wasn't just NFTs. It wasn't just, this was something else. This was, I don't even know if I answered the question, but I just really wanted to say this. Like, it was meeting them, and meeting the Fluffle. It was just legit that I had this, I didn't want to leave. And then for like 3 weeks when I got home and I was talking to the wife, and I'm like, I was depressed because my friends are on the other side of the world. Like, it was like, I don't know what to do. Like, my friends are legit on the other side of the world right now. Like, what can we do to move to America? Like, and that's how it's like, it's changed my life. The bunnies is, when I first started, I didn't even, it's totally different, man. So whatever thought you have now of what you want to expect from an NFT project, or for, hanging out with the Fluffle, it's going to change. It's going to change within days. Like, you're going to go there for one reason. And then now, man, like, I hardly even think about, obviously I would definitely love a tattoo, but I hardly even think about getting tattoos now. All that I think about is what's to come. And like, I was trying to think of like, like, where do you sit when you tell people about the old collection? What do they get now if they get a Spartan? Because I was thinking about like what positions they would be in, because I'm thinking about my wife. My wife's getting in now. I'm going to get her an ultimate hero squirrel. Like, what I'm saying? Like, it's her first. But I was like, thinking back, like, what do you get now with the Spartans? And what do you get now with the Series 1? And that's what made me realize there is so much involved with this NFT project. Like, you got this Series 1, each subcategory in the Season 1. Then you got this, like, Series 1, sorry. And then you got the Season 2 coming. You got the, like, it's hard to explain to new people coming in. It's just more of just come. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's long-winded, but there's so many emotions when
and it's I'm just going to go back to when you were talking about Richmond, not the first time, because I remember the first time, and we were all just seeing each other for the first time, but there was still that friendship building, like you realized that. But you're right, the second time there was something so different. And you're right, because after we came back home, and there was this like feeling of saying goodbye to everyone. But dude, I could just look back to every moment. Us going to grab you from the airport, to then all of us together, right, going to get MsFirefly, you with the sign, the big, like there was just these moments and these connections and this excitement for us to everybody coming in just to see everybody face to face and give them a hug. And a lot of us hadn't seen each other in person before, right? It was like the first time, but that didn't even matter. It was like the moment we saw, even when clapping, right? We found out he was at the hotel room or at the restaurant, and all of us just jumped into the car and charged over because we just couldn't wait to see him, right? We all scared him because all of us cars pulling up and everybody coming out, and it was just like, but that was the feeling that everybody was having. We just couldn't wait till the next one showed up and the next one, just to all hug them and smile and laugh together. And you said, like you said, NFTs aside, dude, like there's something so much bigger here, regardless of all the other stuff that's going on.
Yeah, and that's like you see our roadmap when you first, before you even minted the Spartans, and then you fast forward to what it is now. Like it's before I didn't even know if we had a roadmap. Frank, did we even have a roadmap at the very start? I honestly can't even remember.
We did. Oh yeah, we had a because we had to. I don't know if you remember the space. Like nobody would go into it if you didn't have a roadmap, if you didn't have set contract, if you didn't. So yeah, we had all of that stuff, but we had to. But the market crashed, everything. We pivoted as quickly as we could and realized these things are not, like it's just not feasible with the way everything's going. And it's like, but that's not even who we wanted to be. We only started out that way and doing those things because at the time we had different people on the team telling us, this is how NFTs work. This is how project, you have to do this. If you don't do this, it's going to fail. This is good. And like, none of us like that. Right. And, and we're like, that's not who we are just as human beings, as people. We don't do that. We don't act, and so we quickly, right after the Spartans, shortly after, within a month or two, we kind of were just like, okay, we need to evaluate and rebuild the team. And well, it's the team that the core four, and we went in the direction that we believed was meant for us and for everybody that was a part of it, right? And so that's kind of, so no, it was different, but we had a roadmap.
I'm secretly trying to make. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, because I was hoping you didn't mention one thing like that to me, because all I remember, like I said, I was starstruck when I first came about the art. So I was all art. I didn't even care about what was going on because I was buying quality pieces at the start. That's what it was about. Like it was about the art. It was about and I honestly didn't even recall you being a tattoo artist at the start. At the very start, I didn't know.
All right.
Yeah, because it's about the art. Like it was about the hand drawn. Do you have to really do that? Like I was
waiting for it to hit you of what I just said, but yeah, I was just like, it took you.
But it's like even
keep going.
And that's why deep in my heart, I'll never let that down on my own, because of you've never heard it especially when you hear Krista out of her own mouth say it to me. It was like I was like this. I was like, oh no, because I know she was. I just said the wrong thing. But she's the best, and she is one of the highlights to my Richmond meeting her for the first time, and it was like you aren't you without her. You know what I mean? Like when yous were together, it was like Captain Planet come together, and it was like, oh my god, these guys are amazing. Yeah, you're amazing by yourself, Frank, but when yous are together, it's different. Like it's like an aura around you guys. It was legit. It was different. It was something else.
And deep in here.
Each other.
And it did help that Aaron was in the background as well with his voice, his soothed voice, and he was just as it was the same too. Like it was like meeting him the second time when I met him the first time. That was the feeling. It was like, damn, he is one of us.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Aaron's a good dude.
So wild, I think, for all of us. Like, I mean, look, we spend so much time together. And I was gonna say, how do you put this on the roadmap, right? Because, you could talk about utilities, you could talk about the books, the game, like all the stuff that I guess business-wise you want to see on a roadmap or in a company. But how do you quantify like this? Because this is bigger and stronger than I think. Like, nobody realizes this comes. This is like the package that comes with it, the community, the love, the emotions, the like all of this. How do you put that on a freaking roadmap?
Well, when you think about it like this too, like in my opinion, a lot of other projects roadmap was the things that we got as a bonus for minting. You know, how you win this art piece or this mug or this that were the roadmap for other projects. So that was like a telltale sign when you were like, all right, this is going somewhere. This is the first place prizes over there is just a consolation over here.
But nobody ever saw this happening. These bonds, these connections, this you know, and I get it. There's friendships in a lot of projects, right? There's you like, you know, people form friendships and it is that Web3 space where you see that, and it's a lot of the texting on the screen and you become friends and all of that. But this is something so beyond that. You know, you take it out. You know, I still can't get over it. For me, how special all of you are to me and Krista. I know everybody likes to say it to us all the time. But it's we can't stop saying how special all of you are to us, and we wouldn't be here without all you guys, man. Especially you.
Especially BBS.
You're special. That made us laugh so much when in the intro BBS called him special. That's what made me.
I said that word and I looked. I didn't want to look at either of you, and then I looked and I said, I'm just gonna screw this up. But I don't want to redo it. I think it is what it is, and we'll just
perfect. It's perfect. And
because Lord L is special. If you think about your journey, like you have been there at some of the biggest moments, like that first year in Richmond. There's a picture of you sitting down, just, you know, jumping in and saying, yeah, I will beta test, you know, this game with these paper cards that you guys are working on as a community. Like you didn't come into Richmond being like, yeah, I'm going to be the TCG, you know, tester player, you know, that kind of stuff. I mean, you've jumped in with spaces and you've jumped in with the Fancast and you just like whatever
you're a busy guy. Like,
whatever the community needs, Lord L is there. Like you pivotable. That's not even a word. Pivotal.
Like, keep going.
It works. It rolled.
Yeah, pivotable.
When someone else
I'm creating new words.
I'm going to use
it
it tomorrow in a meeting.
You know,
I'm going to chuck it on my resume when they say next, what do you think you are good to bring? Oh, I'm pivotable. Okay, I don't know what it is, but you know, I love the fact of the way it's all flown. Like you said, my journey and how it's folded is like a lot of these things has happened because of the Web3, because of, you know, I was lucky enough to sell, you know, a Grinch bunny, and I was lucky enough to sell a Spartan, which they've all funded me in my life in different ways. Like I've had one pay my mortgage for a month. I've had one give me a flight to Richmond to see you all. So it's like, it was hard to let them go. But when you're letting them go for the right reasons, it's honestly crazy when I think of it's such a trip, my whole adventure on this whole Web3 journey. And the fact that it's been around with you guys the whole time too. That's the crazy thing. You ever got advice about another project? We go and ask you guys. We ask our friends. Anything happens in life, I ask you friends. It's like we can use the lifeline in so many different ways.
And dude, you can't really put a monetary value on like the experiences and the memories that we've all shared, right? You look at it as, okay, I sold the Grinch and all that to come over there, and you know, there's that value that you got out that paid for you to come over here. But the memories and everything that we shared, like that experience, that's forever, man. You know, that the bonds that were formed is worth so much more than, you know, all those things you can always get back in the future, you know, later on and all of that stuff. But, you know, recreating those moments we had is, you know, well, I'm hoping we could do it again this year in Richmond. You know, new memories and stuff, but it's just like that.
Yeah, like that like the Grinch, right? The Grinch, you know, GT's selling a Grinch right now. Like, you know, if it was just about the digital collectible, like you know, you could go back in and pick up a digital collectible just like your Grinch. Like they're periodically, you know, things are going to come up and be available. You know, you can make transitions based on what, whatever's happening, what you need. The great thing is the cohesiveness of the community. Like you guys were talking about earlier, and I was thinking about like a lot of other projects in this, this space are thinking about finding an audience. You guys didn't just find an audience, you created the community, because the difference is an audience will consume and buy and do those things just like a community, but a community does stuff like this. They come together and they start interacting with one another instead of just the creators, and they start creating, they start co-creating. And that's what's so cool about the Battle Bunnies is, things like this Fancast, that shows you that there is a community here, because we're coming together to to do stuff like this. We're coming together to create a TCG.
This Web3 space, you don't just go sending ETH around, right? Because you can't get the wallets back, you can't get a refund, you can't do, you got to make sure your wallet's correct and the person on the other end of the conversation is who it is. And I feel that's another massive thing that we've created here. Is I bought a dark dragon off someone the other day, like an egg, and I sent them like $600 US or whatever. It was loads for me. And I didn't even have any transaction before. I didn't even say same time. We didn't even get a mediator, non-financial advice. Make sure you're talking to the right people. And if you are obviously ever unsure, talk to one of us, Frank, Krista, or someone, and we can always negotiate a deal for you guys. But I just sent this dude money, and then he's like, I'm out shopping, I'll send it when I get home. And I'm like, sweet as. Like it was, you know what I mean? Like there was like, the transaction was clean as hell. And how often do you just send, I've done it loads of times. How often do you send $1,000 to someone on the other side of the world and have that knowing 110% that they're going to, if not, we're all going to come down on them. So don't you worry, guys. We'll never let any of our homies rip you off if they are having a bad day. Because they'll have a flaming boat in their wallet. But it's but it's just the fact of like, that's why it's what we've created here is absolutely crazy. Like it goes so deep. It's like, it's hard to explain.
Is that how I get a flaming wallet? I just have somebody steal something from me?
Yeah, that's how you get a flaming ship.
Who wants to steal it from me right now? Come steal something from me.
No, you would have to steal it, Brian, because it'd have to be in your wallet, and we would have to put a hex on it.
Oh, who can BBS? Can I steal something from you?
But the worst thing is non-financial, and I'm talking for myself. If you are in our community and you steal one off someone and you get a flaming boat, everyone in your wallet's going to be flaming, okay? Not just one. So again, I just say that from me, but Frank, come on, you can't let him steal one and then he's holding all these other ones. They're all flaming boats, so don't steal NFTs.
Do not stop stealing NFTs, whoever you are out there.
I wanted to bring back the community. Like having a community is one of my favorite things of the Battle Bunnies, but I think it should also be noted that like Frank, you're in there like every morning saying good morning to every single person. Really, like you're not just checking a box, you're really in there talking to everybody. Krista jumps in. Krista is like managing that Discord also and doing all of this stuff all the time, and still finds time to come in and like talk to people and really engage. So I feel like you and Krista really engage with all of us a lot, and then we do our own thing too. Obviously, but thank you for doing that every day and for adding your touch and I call it the LaNatra effect, right? Because anybody that we've heard it if you review the Fancast going back, every person that says, hey, I bumped into him, and like I had to go tell somebody that I bumped into him because he's like the greatest guy in the world. So it really exudes into the Discord, and your vibe attracts your tribe. We hear that a lot. It's like a theme this year. And that's how we got Luke. Like Luke came in and said, hey, these people are like me. And
it keeps us honest, BBS, because we always want to work hard, right? And when our leaders, like, there's a difference between like a leader and a boss. Your leader's at the front helping you pull the wagon when your boss is at the back whipping it. And I feel with the way the space is, when the founders slack off per se, so does the community, because we don't, we're as soon as that's you guys are pumping every single day, so we try and do our part, and we're like, not even an eighth of what you guys are doing, but it's still huge because you guys are doing loads. So I think it keeps us honest as the community as well, because like you say all the time, it's our project as well. Like, this is our project, so we can't be sitting like on the sidelines going, "Come on, Frank, come on, Krista, get," because it's our project. So if we want to do it, and that's why the Twitter engagement is so big. That's why our talking is so huge, because that's our part. That's what we're doing. We're here all the time. We're out there talking. We're engaging in the posts, and we're. I think that comes hand in hand. Like, if you guys stop, we stop. We stop, you stop. Like, it's legit. If we stop, you guys stop. If you guys stop, we stop. Within reason. You guys are never going to stop, but that's the general consensus.
I was going to say, no, we're doing this regard, but I think you guys get to see behind the scenes how much work there is, and you can almost tell, oh my God, it's almost impossible for just like the four of them, right, to get all of this done by themselves. Like, we'd eventually, right? But to do it at the pace that we're doing it, it requires, it takes a village, right? And so it's just making those cards. By the way, those were all ordered. The Light Dragon and the Ghost Bunny cards. Those should be delivered this week to us. But there's over 1,900 cards that needed to be made. Okay, 19 individual cards, right? Each one is unique. So, like, how long would that have taken? I mean, you remember how long it took me and Krista just to make the Spartan cards? We did those by ourselves, right? But without you guys, how long would it have taken us to make over 1,900 cards? Now we have to go sleeve them all. Me and Krista are like, oh my God, how we got to sleeve and top load 1,900 cards? Oh my God. But anyway, but that's my point. You realize that all takes time. So it's like you guys see it. It's like you realize that, like, we need you guys, right? That's why everybody helps, because they realize, you all want it just as much as we do, and realize, like, if we want it sooner, we all need to work together to do this. And we're so grateful.
I am going to add this to the stage. This is the village. This is part of the village that Frank's talking about. Yeah. And who do you see in that village? The Fluffinator.
It's the first person I look for.
Always there. He's always, like, Lord L is always in the mix. Like, you can't have the Battle Bunnies without Lord L. Like, you just simply can't. Like,
I see Aaron's on there now.
Yeah, I was going to point, like, people could see what I'm pointing at on the screen, but yeah, there's Aaron. But I feel like there's more that are on there now that actually the cards aren't on there yet. I can't believe.
No, I seen.
Did you add Serendipity? Did she get out?
Is the dark side the queen in there yet?
I don't know if she's on this graphic now, but there's her, AJ, and DJ Jack is on the team now too.
Oh, okay. Because Reptifibian's on this one. This is an older one. This is an older one. So I can't even keep up with, like,
Jack and
of the team.
So I need two.
Honestly, it grows so much every single day, and like the more members we get, the more it grows.
Drywall, I'm looking at the screen now. Drywall is there, because he's been with us a while.
He's the legend, right? Yeah, he's the legend.
But I just want to go back to something you said, BBS, too, because I know we'll get back to you, L'Oreal, but you mentioned something about, us being there and talking to you guys all the time. But I don't think all of you or any of you realize how excited we get when you pop in and say hello or good morning, or we get to talk for a little bit, right? Brian, I see you tonight. You came in, you're like, oh, my Wordle is, late, but I'm here. And it's like, Brian, it's just, we don't get to talk so often. And I love talking to you guys. Me and Krista love seeing all you guys. So when you do, we get just as excited. So it's not like, we're taking the time to hang out and talk to you all in Discord, but it's like, no, we're getting excited that you're taking the time to come in, say hello, hang out with us. And now we just want to talk and see you guys and check up on you guys. It goes both ways.
No, it is. I mean, I don't spend as much time in I never have, like, in the chat. Like, that's like, I enjoy this like 1,000 times more than I do like chatting. Like, just, I love the fact that we've had the privilege of talking to almost 30 members of the Fluffle, and we just we're going to continue to get to know them, but then it enhances the conversations that we have in the chat because we have that experience. And that's what's so cool is that we can go back in and, talk to DeFi and, others, who we just had on the show and
Rissa, AJ, Aaron,
It's
like
a different connection now, right?
Preacher,
yeah,
When you put a name to a face and a voice to all the messages in Discord now, it's just you're seeing that person behind all of that when we're talking. You understand the mannerisms, the jokes, like you feel more connected. And that what you guys have done with the Fancast and have brought to the community is just amazing. I'm a huge fan of you guys. I told you I watch you on my TV every week. So I'm a fan.
Oh, we appreciate it.
I love each show, like in the different thing, like Peak View, or like just thinking back, like to Mike's episode or his show or John's show, Disco, like it just goes on and on and on. Like Jesse, like there's so many different things and moments that I see, and so when I see them in Discord, which I'm in there probably more than I should be, but I do like my little ear emoji and heart emoji, but I don't know. It just adds to that it's like that little snapshot in time. So I'm hoping that more folks check these out and watch them because they'll have that same thing. Like I could see before Richmond this year, a huge amount of people viewing these, right, to see who's who.
We could help them out. Yeah, we could help them out with like different things that like some of our graphics and stuff like that. We could flash people that have been on the show and stuff like that, make it easy for them to do it. But we would love to have them watch the show as well. But when we started this, that wasn't what it was about. It wasn't about like how many people can we get to watch this show. It was
right,
like,
yeah, it's never been about that.
Yeah, it's like how many people can we get on the show to just vibe with and talk about the bunnies, because like the three of us, we love just getting on, and it just immediately, like from the get-go, it was just like we had this connection because we all were interested in talking to other members of the community, and that was just so much fun. And it's been great getting to know BBS and Lord L through that, and and getting to see Lord L in Richmond. That was just awesome moment for me, like kind of seeing my brother from across the pond in person, like that's cool. That is so cool.
And also what you guys do, it's not just about like about why people love the bunnies and all that stuff, but you're also helping, I think, people that will come in or later on watch this stuff show that the Fluffle is real, right? That these are real people with real feelings, real emotions. Like it's not just a chat channel in a Discord where just people are talking about stuff. It's you guys are helping bring that community and the family to life, where people could, because people understand this, right? I could go on YouTube or go on my TV and watch something where real people are talking, and I could understand that, and I could connect with that, where a lot of people can't just sit in a chat room or something and watch text on the screen, and you're talking, it's like text it, but there's even though there's a connection, there's still some kind of disconnect, and you guys by doing this are helping us make that connection.
I need to do that at least.
You look so serious, Brian. What?
I said I need to do that at least once. He just laughed. Like, where'd you go, man?
Sorry, my alarm was the alarm was going off for my room, and I was like, "What the hell?" Right. Because my wife's at work, and it's dangerous, but I'm running the unit block right now, so it's a hard job, mate.
Let me tell you, here, since because this show's about Lord L, right? So, but I got to tell you, multiple people have asked me, does Lord L rug in real life? And I was like, absolutely. And it's all about Richmond, right? The stories, there's and it's not just my stories of you rugging on us in person. Other people have their own unique stories from Richmond of Lord L rugging in person.
It's because I'll give you a quick little rundown, like a little analogy, like in life, right? So, like I'll go out, like hardly ever go out, but we'll go out with the wife, right? And then she'll be like, we'll get another drink. And I was sweet, no worries, I'll go get some. So I'll cruise up. Next minute, I'm talking to some dude, and he invites me over here, and I'm like, well, yeah, as long as it's like 5 minutes, and I'll be sweet. And I go there, and then someone do, oh, hey, come over here. And then, long story short, I'm foghorn leghorn talking to everyone. So 45 minutes passed. I still haven't even got to the bar, and I've rugged, and I even rug on my wife, and she's just like, we're not going out, man, because I was sat out there with that creepy dude for 25 minutes, and I was like, but that's just how it is. I guess I'm easily distracted, but I'm so keen to lend a hand. I'm so keen to talk to someone. So when there's someone new there, I'm just like, oh yeah, what's up? What are you here? Well, this is what I'm doing. Something. And then I don't know. I've got this weird thing is when I meet someone, I'm best mates with them straight away. I don't wait for people. I guess I'm Aussie. It's different over here. It's like you give them respect in the sense straight away. Like you just trust them with everything. You're best mates, like straight up handshake. And so it's like I don't know. I guess I'm too loving, I guess. But it was so surreal when I stepped to America and I realized it's a jungle out here. I was like, whoa.
Don't do that here.
It just makes you who you are, man. That's what makes you so special. And that's what everybody loves about you. It's just there's so many things that I think everybody loves about you, and so many memories that they make with you, or laughs that they have with you. And that's the thing. I think you just help so many people smile and laugh, and it's always a great time. And every moment we have, like every time you're around, we just know we're going to be laughing, or you're going to do something to get us cracking up. Or,
I know.
You just do it, and it just makes us laugh.
I listen back to these every time I listen back to these fan casts myself. I have my head like this 90% of the time. I'll have a massive smile though, because I'm not like ashamed, but I'm like, oh no, did I just say that? And then I'll laugh it off, and then every time.
To me, you're like the real life Tasmanian devil. Yeah, that was when I just remember you were so excited in Richmond after we got back from the airport to the hotel, because we had all the stuff out. You were dying and waiting to see all this stuff, and you were just like, as we're trying to show you stuff, you were just like, hey, look at where'd he go? And he's like, oh my God, look at that. Oh wow. And it's like, oh, okay. And I come over to show you this, and like, and he's gone. And he's like, oh my God, look, there's this. And it was just so
I don't think there's one person in the Fluffle, Frank, that wouldn't have done that at that time, because it's like we've been waiting months for some of these things, and me especially, because I was like, don't ship them to me because it's going to cost an arm and a leg. One, I don't want you to pay that much, and I don't want to be paying $90 for this tiny little so I had extra stuff stockpiled up for like here's Luke's box, and I'll just exactly. And so I had so many different things that I had to get, plus I had to take some stuff back over for Mia and Mothy, but I was just like, whoa, what is this? And then there's this, and then you see I got to see the trophy for the TCG like on the bench like well before, and it was just like, obviously I'm going to be like going 100 miles an hour. Who wouldn't? Like it was a lot.
Yeah, it's just you're unique, man. You're so special to all of us, man. What just the memories and everything that we have with you. We're just so happy that you're a part of all of this with us from the beginning.
Yeah, this will definitely be a must-watch episode for anybody that's in the Fluffle, new to the Fluffle. They have to watch the Lord El show. Like this, like you're such an integral part of it. Like it, but the interesting thing is like the show gets like an even spread of watching. Like like everybody's show has like you would think maybe some people catch this one it's even, like it's pretty much even. There's not like an outlier where like, but this could be one of those outlier shows. Like the Lord El show could be like 200 views versus 100 kind of thing.
That would honestly make my day even more if that did happen. But it's like the best thing about this whole situation is, as highly you guys talk of me, and I love hearing the flowers, is like, I'm a community member just like everyone else. I started off as a community member just like everyone else. And I just did what I felt like I needed to do for my part for the project, because that's what it was at the time. Like, that's what everyone had to do in the space, and so I wasn't going above and beyond in any way. Obviously I am now. I'm like whatever I can, but
you never miss an opportunity to make people feel special. Okay?
Yeah, and that, but I just wanted to stress the fact is that everyone can be like me. No, I'm joking. Everyone can be like, we're all amazing, man, and like we all make up this part of it, and just being here is a big thing. And I'm just lucky. I'm an extrovert, smart mouth, full on crazy. Can think about what he says. So I'm not foghorn leghorn, but I'm definitely like in between. So it's a blessing and it's a curse. But it's just me, and it's just us being us. And I'm like, we never do anything financially driven. Well, I definitely don't. I don't do nothing with a financial thought in the background. I'm just doing it because that's what I want to do, and that's how this space works. Like it's different. Like I said, the space ain't the space anymore. This is the fluffle. We're here, and then it's not the same.
But this is your episode, right? This episode is you're the star, right? You guys all make everybody the star every week, right? And shed a light on everybody. And then now it's your turn. And I think not many of us, like we talk to you all the time behind the scenes, but like how often you like I said, you spend all your time always giving flowers to everybody, always building everybody up, or even on spaces, the way you talk about it and take the time to notice things, and it's like, and how often do you truly get to see how people feel about you or how you make people feel? And this is just a great opportunity that it's your turn now. So shush. Okay.
In saying that, I feel like I get flowers every single freaking day with you guys, and that's how it is. Like you literally think that, but man, I feel like I get flowers all the time, just like everyone else, because it's just us being real.
Yeah.
But yes, I'll take as many as you like.
Yeah,
I'm still.
All right, we're ready for some hard-hitting BBS questions.
I was just about to say that. I was literally about to say I'm still like on edge, because I'm like, I know he's got that Cheshire cat looking, or whatever, Shisha cat, whatever his name is, just sitting there, and he's got that big pile, and he's been quite quiet, so he's always philosophical with him.
Because we built.
I remember it, like,
right?
Yeah, the first time, I remember the first time I heard you was on a space for Bored to Death. And I remember like just how commanding you were and just how respectful you were. And that really hit me like, wow. Like you said at one point, you're like, hey, we don't have enough people retweeting this space. And I couldn't get down there fast enough. I was like, I have to retweet this space. Like, because we're going to give away one of these NFTs. And I'm like, I need to get down there and do this. Like, and then just to have the opportunity to work with you through this Fancast is just amazing. One of the questions I have in my head is like, as it's your show, so this is a perfect time to ask, like, who makes up you? Like, who in life did you say, I want to be like this person, or I'm going to take a piece of this person? Like, do you like who makes up your kind nature? Like, who in your life is that kind that you're just like modeling after that person?
I feel it's definitely a hard question, and I'm sure I would. I think it's me personally, because I grew up not the most privileged life. I grew up with just a mum. I've always been the father, like I've always been the man of the house from a real young age, and I think I learned early on that life is way too short to be upset, and I don't know if it's a lot of my chefing background as well, that I don't give two Fs about what people think, and like so it's. I think honestly, it's just been like my life, just the way it is. I don't when I look up, I don't overly feel I have like in my life right now, or even growing up, I have real inspirational people. But I know I stay strong for my family because I've always been the man. I've always been the caregiver. I've always been the hardest worker. I've always wanted to make sure my brothers and sisters were always safe. And I feel you have to be positive for someone else to be positive, right? You can't. If you're always down and out, you surround yourself around people you want to be like, So I'm always trying to be that happy, bubbly, fun person, It's definitely a curse again on its own, because you don't see some things that should be taken seriously, and then because you're always on that oh well, we'll fix it, oh well, something will happen. But in that time, someone needs to be like, have that saying. But I know, like, I just want to surround myself around people I want to be like, and that's what, that's why I'm in the fluffle. That's why I do gravitate to all you guys, because, we're driven. We do what we want to do. We're kind-hearted. Like, I'm not that massive guy that, bring world peace. But, I definitely believe if everyone's in a good mood and receptive and happy, you will have world peace if everyone's, with each other. But it's like, I think I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a hard question. And caught me on the spot, because I can't even think of, like, I didn't have father figures. I had my mum, like my mum was my mum. That's all I had. And I feel staying strong with this life that we have. Shit happens every single day. You always got to, I feel it's always going to be resolved, and everything's going to be good in the end. So how about let's just start thinking about it being good already, and work out what we're going to do to get there. Because, yeah, I got off a little bit tangent there, but that was like a pretty heartfelt question.
I completely get that. I can completely relate to that. And so what I wanted to do is just kind of learn, and I learned so much more than I thought I could ever learn from that question. Like, it really just, like, you're a diamond here, just like pushing up through the sand. And so, huge shout out to you for your character.
Cheers,
giving us that flavor text. Like, I really appreciate that.
And I was gonna say, you truly exude that, though, all the time. Like, we've talked so many times behind the scenes about things and what you're going through, and you're always just so positive. And no matter, like, you're always looking on the bright side. And I don't ever think I know you said sometimes, you need to be serious when you miss certain things, but you know what? I feel like it's gotten you where you are and makes you who you are. And that's because most people cannot do that. Most people cannot just, in the face of, things going wrong and all of that stuff, turn around and just say, that's okay. You know what? It's, and just spin it into a positive outlook. And that is more a blessing than it would ever be a curse,
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you to say, hey, that's just coming from me, like, I respect that. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know that, like, no matter how tough things are, there is someone else out there in a tougher situation. So it's like, if you can instantly start your conversation with someone, you don't know the person in the street what happened this morning, you don't know what happened yesterday, you don't know what happened last week if you don't know them. So if you always got to approach things in a way of, happy and kind. Even if someone arcs back up at you, you don't instantly arc back up at them in my eyes, because you don't know, he might be acting out of character right now. He also could be a wanker, but it's also like, you can't fight fire with fire. And like I always say, like, when I've always strived to be, maybe it's I've been around a lot of shitty bosses as well, that's made me a good person, because I always strive to be not like them. And if someone's arguing with you, like in customer service, you instantly, you're not going to greet them with a smile, because you don't want them to be like, oh, you think it's funny, but you approach them in a positive way. You don't get bees with vinegar, you get bees with honey. If you approach things, all right, let's, like, you keep the tone down. As soon as you keep the tone up, you're always going up. So I think it all comes hand in hand when it comes to life. You just got to try and think of things in a different way. You don't know what someone's gone through, you don't know what's happened that morning, and you go in positive. It's hard to, plus I use a lot of M&M's, a lot of M&M's philosophies. You tell all the bad stuff about yourself straight away, or all the flaws straight away, and then they've got nothing to say to then. So then you're just building from then. All right, we've already got over this situation. What can we do now?
All right, and favorite tattoo that you have, and why?
Oh, I've got a collab from Benjamin Lucas and Krista Showstopper. So they're two amazing artists, right? But that's not like the reason why it's my favorite. It's the favorite is what it was, is because I think I was on holiday. All cool things happened to me when I was on holiday, apparently. But I was in Bali, and we were already broke from the trip. And they put this thing up on their social media, and it was like, you can win a chance to get tattooed by them. Not win a free tattoo. You're still paying the arm and a leg, but you can win that spot. And it was a collab piece. You know what I'm saying? So you pay 2 day rates. Then you're not just paying, you know, you pay the one fee, but you split it up. You know, so it's like you're paying 2 day rates. I'm like, this is hefty. And they posted it, and it was up for like 6 hours, and I was like, I'm not going to get this spot, so I'm going to message, and then if I get it, then it's meant to be. And I messaged and said, hey, I'm keen for the tattoo. Where I'll send the deposit now, right? I didn't muck around. I didn't say anything. I said, I'll send you a deposit, 10 seconds. Sure enough, he messaged me back straight away and says, sweet as, this is the bank account. I put the deposit in and I got it, right? And it's still at this point, I didn't know what I was getting because it was just 2 amazing artists. So then I was like, well, I've never done this shit before. Maybe this is what artists do. So I get there. It was like 6 months later, all right, that I was booked in for it. Because it was a little tattoo convention here. I say little because we're small compared to the ones when we rock over there. Went to this little one here, and I couldn't even believe these artists were coming to my town, like of all places. And then I get there, and then I'm like, so what am I getting? The tattoo artist looks at the other tattoo artist and goes, you didn't even tell him what he was getting? He goes, oh, I forgot. So I didn't even know what I was getting. Like, so this to me added to the experience. And like I said, I love tattoos and I love art, and I love it when the artists have full freedom. You know, like if you can give them full freedom, you don't want to go into a tattoo artist and go, whatever you want to do, because then they're going to be like, come on, give me something. But I had no input, no nothing. I rocked up, and then they gave me this thing. And if you got it, I don't know if you got it on the screen, but
Oh, good. I was like, I hope you show us.
I don't know if you can. So it's a bit old now.
Is that a spider?
It still looks great. It is a spider.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's a
that.
spider,
It's a spider
PBS.
on a skull.
I knew it.
it's
That's why I went so close.
But it's more of the experience in which I received it is more like is the best part for me, and that's the sense I get, you know, with you and Krista, is like with the Battle Bunnies, is like how often do you get to meet people like yourselves, like famous in my world? You are famous as hell, you know, and I'm sure in other people's, but for me, it's so surreal to be able to talk to you guys, to be able to, you know, communicate. It's all the experience. And when I do get a tattoo from you guys, it's going to be hands down the favorite of all time. Because imagine the story I'm going to say. Well, what happened was, and it's going to be like a, you know, a novel. It's going to be like a book of this, and this, and this, and then Frank plays hard to get with his tattoos because he's not tattooing anymore, and then this, and this, and then it's going to be crazy.
You're going to just wind up staying on a house when you come to get tattooed anyway, right?
See, and that's what I'm talking about. That's the experience when we go to the lodge, or, you know, whatever you create for it, because I know he's going to do something sweet for us. It's like for us to be able to go there, stay the weekend there, get a tattoo, like eat some good food. It's, again, like I say, it's experiences for me. It's the journey that we've all become.
What real estate have you saved on your skin for them? Like in your ideal, is it the?
He's got a forehead.
I want Frank to do something here, just because I know it heals really good, and it stays out of the sun a fair bit. So I know it would be cool, but I'd rather something huge.
Right, yeah. Back here, you got something that looks nice.
Yeah.
You got a spot there. Yeah. What else you got?
I got half a leg. I got the back of my thighs.
Okay.
I got my front. I got heaps of room. I got heaps, but I want it
nice too. They stay light too.
Well, that's what I want to. I want to put it in the best spot for out of the sun, like, you know. So if it has to be on my bum, Frank, then you're giving me a bum piece, man. So.
As long as you ain't running around in Speedos, we could do your thighs, you know. But with you, I wouldn't put it past you. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't know how
it's the opportunity.
Can you sit for a tattoo? That's the other question. Are you going to just be running into rooms like?
No, I can sit. Unfortunately, my back hurts so much. That's the only one that I really wanted to run away from, because it got real tender the lower it got towards the spine. Oh, I thought I was going to tap at one point, but then he's like, I'm going to go pick up the kids from school. And I'm like, thank God. So I still got to get it finished, but he reckons he did all the really sore bits, but they all hurt. Okay. They all hurt. But I sat 12 hours for this one because of how much detail was in it. It was,
Yeah,
I was in shock by, yeah.
For just the top part here.
Yeah. Just from there up.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Because like layer of because one of my favorite artists of all time was Damien Wickham. And when I got to go to America, I got to go see him because he moved over to America as well. And so he's done my full sleeve on this arm, and yeah, he's amazing.
It's beautiful, yeah. Yeah, you have some stellar work, man. At least you know you're collecting, right? You're like,
exactly. And that's why I got since now that actually getting the collab from Benjamin and Chris, it got me onto their books, right? So now, like, I can hit them up, and they'll like, I won't go to the spam, or I won't go to can't have time. I talk to them all the time, and I end up getting Chris to do another part of my leg. And again, I just rocked up and they said, "Can you add to my leg?" And he said, "Yep." And I didn't know what I was getting until I got there, and he chucked the stencil on. And that's how I want to do, like with most, because you get the best result when you let the artists reign. You let the artists do their own thing. You know, so obviously some provide, like, they really want some type of a basis. It's like when mine's going to be easy when I get one from Frank, because it's going to be my custom or something. When I get one, it's going to be nuts. And then Krista will do me a mad background or something, or I might even just get a whole new one from her.
that's what you're gonna have to do. We'll just come and stay down here with us for a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, it will.
Just got to keep giving you excuses to keep coming back over here, or we'll just figure out a way to get you and the family to just move here.
Yeah, I had a thought yesterday. I want to hit up Krista. I want her to I want to be her apprentice tattoo artist. So I'm gonna practice drawing, and I'm gonna pitch it to her. If she says, "Nah, you ain't got it," I'm gonna say, "No worries, una momento. I'll find something else." But man, I want to do something. Well, I've been talking about the family. Even the wife's been talking about it. The kids aren't as keen to, because obviously the schooling's totally different there. But they'll come round. Hey, Levi. No. It's definitely a goal. I wouldn't, because we were even looking up properties in South Carolina and stuff, like ones that we can roll in and just come for 6 months, flip them, make some money. There's a lot of potential there, and we've got the inside scoop because we got 50 plus people in 50 plus states in America and all over the world, and we've just got the contacts.
Yeah,
nice.
We're gonna get you here.
But if not, I'll be getting a job at the amusement park. Definitely not going to be like in the ticket booth, but I'm definitely like I said, like I had like
with Dave and I.
You're gonna have your own. You're gonna have your own attraction. It's gonna be the Elrug ride. And like
I seen a thing that
you never get to really ride it.
And then all of a sudden it's gone.
You just never really get to ride it. Every time you go to get on like the roller coaster car, it just passes you by and it's gone. You're like, you're really just standing in line. That's it. But dude, yeah, you would be. How crazy would it be? Is that you're Lord Elrug at the amusement park, but you're actually yourself? Nobody would ever believe that you're playing your own character, right? It's just going to see Lord Elrug coming around and like it's actually you.
Well, see, and imagine that, like if we have costumes of my favorite NFT, right? Of my custom or Lord Elrug or whatever when I got my favorite of all time and I get a custom made, full suit, I'll be walking around the amusement park with it and they'll be like I'm legit Lord El. Like, you know how you go there and you get Superman? No, this is the real Knarf the Mad. Look, this is the real Brian Stout. Like, this is the Marshall right here. Marshall yeah.
Stout.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, once the amusement park opens, I'd want to jump inside a Knarf the Mad suit and walk around. Nobody would ever know that it's me in there.
For a fact, there's either going to be a haunted house or like teacups, but they'll be spiders or something. They'll be BBS. Wah! With the you know, he'll be operating the machine, like jump on the blackbird spider if you dare. Like, can you imagine that? You got to
like
start thinking about that BBS.
The
like
pirate
a
ship.
BBS rocking ship back and forth. Yeah,
Oh,
be sick. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we've had you for over an hour. How much time do you have with us today, Lord L? We know you got some things going on. I want to make sure we leave some time to play the game. I've got a little bit of your collection. If you want us to show that, we can skip that. You know, like we want to give you the full ultimate Fancast treatment. So I don't want to get to this point where like, oh, he's got to go. You know.
And BBS still giving you questions because we just keep yapping.
Yeah.
That's all right. I got time.
no, well, I'm not on a time massive crunch. Definitely make another 30 minutes. I'm definitely super inclined to. I've got to move house. You know what it's like. We're all literally doing something. Even people listening right now, there's going to be people cleaning the house. There's going to be people on the road. We're all doing something as we speak. I'm going to move house, but I've got plenty of time for that. Plenty of time. I would definitely want to do this game.
I want to see it. I'm excited for it.
Let's get to the game. Here, let me get over here. Like this is your Spartan. I couldn't, you know, like I couldn't not show the Spartan. I did get your Spartan correct, right?
Oh. Yes, that is mine. Yes, I was trying to think because I've had like 6 different Spartans in my time, but that is my holy grail right there.
Yeah, this with
Painted
the purple
background.
beard,
Come on.
like this dude is bad. Hey,
I think he's ranked 25, 26.
Oh wow!
I'm pretty sure. I know he's up there.
Yeah, because there's 20. It's a legendary, and there's 28. There's 7 King Leonidas and 21 full set legendaries, which rank one. All the 7 Leonidas, and then up to 28 rank. You know the numbers go of the legendary Spartans.
Yeah, we got
the man
that knows it all, Knarf the Mad, on your show.
Man, and like that's the crazy thing is, I got this one from a giveaway that was it. Either way, it was in the Bunnies. No, it was in the Bunnies server. It was in the Bunnies server, and I paid like $50 for a ticket, and I ended up getting this.
Oh my goodness!
Which gave me room to sell one of my other ones, but I got this for $50 basically, and in non-financial, it's worth more than that.
Man, I would have loved to have got one of my for $50.
And I think one of the best things is I think it was from Clopping, wasn't it? Was it Clopping? It was. I'm pretty sure it was Clopping that owned it before me.
No.
Who was it?
Clopping won his first Spartan too, but there's no way in hell Clopping would have gave up a legendary Spartan.
Yeah.
Nope.
Someone. I know it was yeah, we'll find it because it was a community member, and it just adds that provenance even more to it.
Do you have the card for that one?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
He's sick.
Cool.
Love the
That's a holographic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Love the purple beard. We saw this earlier.
That's my No, that's good.
Did you have any more story about it? Because we can go back. So I didn't.
No, that's right. Now go to the next slide.
Yeah, this is. You are the Shaman King, or at one time you were the Shaman King. So this is the Fluffinator, right? Or I don't know that that's his name, but
I don't know if I don't think I've named it fully.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have because I know I've thrown in a lot of names over times, and I don't know where I'm at. But that is I've got that one printed on my shirt. That one will be forever in my possession.
Yeah.
Was that your first one?
Yeah. I minted that one.
Fluffinator.
Oh, it's so clean.
So lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I love it, man. Me legendary. Valkyrie, isn't it?
Background.
Yeah.
What?
No, this is a Viking. This is a Viking Kali each.
That's it. Yeah, I knew it was one Valkyrie or Viking.
No wings.
What is it? First day?
You what?
I said, "What is this? Your first day?" I said, "It has no."
No, because I'm going to be a little bit biased here because I love this one, but it's not a shaman. So if anyone's listening right now and they've got a legendary shaman and they're a Viking and they want to trade, I'm all ears. I do love it, obviously, but I love my shamans the most.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, yeah. You were definitely the shaman king. I just threw this in here because I love those glasses. Like,
Yeah, those
The
are
old
cool.
John glasses.
yeah.
And the mug.
The bug.
Yeah. Oh, and the world's
Like-
best Viking. Yeah, for sure.
It's like cute, but it'll kick your ass.
yeah. And then I thought BBS would love this one. I put this one in for BBS. It isn't the purple patch that BBS covets, but it is still a purple patch in your collection.
10
and
out
this
there.
one this one is beautiful. Love the combination of everything. It's like just all the greens and everything match and stuff. It's definitely a good one. And then of course your Spartan egg.
You have that. Oh
Beautiful.
my God.
Yeah.
That is way too card for that.
That color palette is one of my favorite color palettes of all. I just love it.
Right?
Pardon?
That was an afterthought. That was never even going to happen. That
Oh,
color
wow.
palette. I was messing around with it because I wanted to make a color palette. That's why only the elders, the matures and above, that's why there's no babies with that color palette. Because I was messing around and I wanted to explore, and I was like, oh my God, this would just look so amazing to make it match the cider egg. And when I wanted the color palette, I just fell in love with it. And I was like, that's it. I'm making all the matures and elders that this color palette has to be included and will only come out of the cider egg. And so I remember, and Mike's like, okay, we'll throw it in there. We're creating another color palette, Mike, and it's going to come out of cider egg. He's like, okay.
Yeah, this horn Griffinix is or Griffic. How do you pronounce it? Is it Griffox?
Griffix.
Griffix. This horn
it's like
Griffix.
a Griffin, but it's with the YX.
Yeah, just so awesome. And then I had to put in your jester egg because
You got a jester egg.
So cute. And I love, it just, again, the matching of the egg and everything like that and the purple background. I don't know if you picked up on this, but you must love purple. Is purple one of your like colors? Because you've got a lot in your collection that have that kind of the purple.
I feel the green actually is my favorite of all. Okay. I think purple was originally, but when I seen I think it was Jinx, maybe. I think Jinx was the first one that we seen that green come out that you do, Frank, or that I like fully noticed it, like the toxic green looking. Obviously, we had in the bunnies like skin. That's my what I really want to get. I'm trying to get one at the moment. But it's the greens. The greens is my favorite for some reason. Like I'm just in love with the green, especially like the dragon. The samurai dragon, like the greens in it, like is just
Wait, the general, you mean?
Yeah, the general, not
the general. Yeah, we haven't seen
the dragon yet.
Oh,
we've seen the dragon.
It's the color of the dark cider, I think, is what you like. That glowing.
It is just. It's how you can even create that is crazy.
And Frank just moved his chair, but you can see some of that green in his background that we have yet to talk about. We'll save that for later, but
we have yet to talk about it.
And this is secretly why we got Frank on to be our guest, guys, because we know if anyone's going to slip with Alpha, it's going to be Frank. But he's been pretty good.
Oh, no, you missed pre-show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking recorded.
Yeah,
I'm talking recorded.
Yeah. So everybody knows Frank's got a big mouth.
Yeah. And then I had to put in some of your series 2 stuff. I love the background. I love the, just the red, contrast. I did look up the name on this one. This one I couldn't translate. Like
I think that's the one that I got stuffed on as well. And it remember how I said you said something and I said it to Krista and then Krista's like And I'm pretty sure she looked it up and was like, this is what it really is. I don't know if it is that exact one, but I think No,
one like this is Shimotaki or something like that. I'd have to go look because I looked them all up. This one, its name I think translates to omen or something like that. Like, which is just matches kind of that look and stuff like that.
More
so
green and purple. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that green you love. Yeah, and
and
purple
green and
really
purple, man.
offsets as well.
Yeah.
And then this one, do you know what the name is on this one?
Did you say that again?
Have you translated the name on this one?
No.
Right.
What is it?
It's tweet. Twitter pickup.
Oh, no way.
We need to play that graphic.
This one's name is Tweet. And John did that on purpose.
On a toxic toad, man, you can't go wrong. Look at it.
No, but that's his name. That's you can't sell. I mean, he was named for you.
Yeah,
exactly. I know.
Yeah, Tweet. So
I collected all of them for a reason.
Those are so sought after right now.
Oh yeah, and this one I love the purple. Like this purple on that background is sweet, and I love the eyes. Like obviously just these toads are everybody. Frank, everybody loves the toad.
That was, and I drew and I was wondering when I know, and then when Krista saw it, and I went in different directions. Like, oh my god, I love this one, and I was wondering how people were going to take to it being like very different compared to a lot of the other stuff, and you guys all surprised me and seemed to become one of the favorites.
It's definitely cool. Well, that's it on your collection that I brought in here. So that just kind of leaves us to playing a game. So do you want to continue playing a quick hop around Kanengard? The game. Of
course, I'm going to give it. I'm going to make a complete mockery, but let's do this.
All right. Yes. All right. We'll start with an easy one. Again, it's who they are, where they're from, that kind of thing. So we'll start off super easy.
Knarf the Mad, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, clopping.
Oh, come on. No,
I was joking. I was gonna say because now it's gonna be downhill from here.
Come on.
You said it was a new game.
This is the new game. Is it Knarf the game? And to take us back, I'm gonna play a little video to just
Is it Knarf?
Is it Knarf? Here, let me expand it, make it a little bigger.
Is it Knarf?
Do you remember that from back in the day?
Back in the day, like a couple of weeks ago.
Is it Knarf?
Is it Knarf? Yeah. Okay. So here's how Is It Knarf is played. And since we got Frank on the game, what I will do is we will show. Oh, all right. He just wants to keep playing. This is taken out of the Battle Bunnies and the Unlikely Spartan. And it's simple. Like if we can have Frank read it, because we need Frank to read these. And the question is it Knarf or not? And if it's not, who do we think it is from the book? Does that sound like an easy enough game to play?
Well, look, it sounds straightforward for someone that knows. So yeah, let's do this.
All right. Frank, do you want to read like the quote from the book?
I already did. Oh, you mean out loud?
Yeah, out loud. Yeah. Not you just reading it. No,
I know who said it.
And try to use some. Try to use some acting and inflection.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. We don't have that. Only when I'm alone and nobody sees me. It's like one of those things, right? But in front of people, I'm just this. This is what you get. All right, but I'll read the quote. I hate letters. His face went back to confusion immediately. You said missing cider, eh? No matter. We have plenty of carrot mead. Won't you stay and drink some carrot mead? We're fresh out of cider, if you can believe that. But we are celebrating tonight, rest assured.
So, Luke, is it Knarf?
No.
Ah, it
Dang
is
it.
Knarf.
I thought it was going to be a trick question. I thought it was.
No, they said celebrating, and then I think it's Hoplite says celebrating what? And well, you of course.
Yeah,
Well, you're
Hoplite
right.
likes lettuce. Hoplite's a lettuce farmer.
Yeah, Hoplite's the lettuce farmer. So yeah, he's talking about when they first meet him, and they're so he hates lettuce. All right, so that's the first one. You got more chances. We've got plenty of chances. All right, Frank, you're up again.
All right. So it says, why? I never considered that before. What are we celebrating? As though we need a reason. Ah, yes, that's precisely it. We are celebrating your arrival, of course. Isn't that wonderful?
Is it Knarf?
I've never had a 50-50 question make me so nervous
I
before.
even spoiled this one like 2 minutes ago.
I know. So yes.
Yay! Ding, ding, ding. That's correct. Yay.
Thank you, Frank, for giving up Alpha.
Yeah. I thought I made it easier than than it is, but again, next one up.
Says, why should you trust me? The real question is, why should I trust you after what you did to me those years ago?
So, is it Knarf?
Ooh. I'm going to say no.
Oh, it is Knarf.
You can't have 3 Knarfs in a row.
Oh, why not? That's the trick if you know the book. And do you know who he's saying that to? You know who he's talking to when he says this?
Yeah, that's and the name of the show is it Knarf? So, don't overthink these too much. Now, I did have some that are not ARF, but yes, 3 in a row, totally Knarf. But yeah, there's 10 of these.
You're doing good.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Just keep going. Okay, so this one should be an easy one.
Oh,
don't stay
of course,
like that.
Noble Things. You want me to continue reading them?
Yes, you're gonna read all of these. Like you're pointing at it like on the screen, like
that's true. Yeah, okay. Of course, noble Zanzibar and humble Hotfoot. Go your merry way. Goodbye, you king's caravan. You missionaries of misery, you feckless half-wits. Take your bladder of cider and survive your final nights as free bunnies chasing a ghost. You'll be feral like the rest of us in a matter of days.
Is it Knarf?
It definitely sounds like something Knarf would say being mad, but no.
I'm not trying to trick you.
I mean, there's literally a sticker in our Discord that's Knarf saying, hey, Hotfoot.
Yeah, humble Hotfoot. Like, he's the one that calls him Hotfoot. So anytime that he calls him Hotfoot, that's definitely Knarf.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yes.
Yes,
this is Knarf.
Woohoo! Yeah, you got it right.
Yay, good job. You get a mulligan, that's fine.
Okay, pay attention.
Careful, Hotfoot. You're in a new land. Don't be so arrogant to think you understand what happens in these woods just because you had your first taste of battle back in the Mystic Myrrh. At least in the swamp, danger stares you in your face and says, give me all you got. In the forest of delirium, the danger smiles and says, take everything you need, trust nobody and nothing here.
Is it Knarf?
Well, he said Hotfoot, not So I'm going to say yes.
Yes! Woohoo!
Thank God. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, spare us the lecture, you old hare. You're in no place to be an authority on anything with us. Not after you and your gang of madmen locked me up in a tower.
All right.
I
Is
said
it
it's
Knarf?
definitely no. That's definitely not Knarf. No
Ding,
way.
ding, ding. Yay.
For
Who
bonus
was it?
points, who was it? Yeah.
Yeah, bonus points. Who was it in the book? Locked me up in a tower.
I know. Well, it's not Hotline.
Who got separated and got locked up in
She's
a tower?
my favorite character.
Oh no, Christikins. Christikins is not your favorite character?
This should be the answer, but no.
Wow, you see that? What a spin, right? The limelight is off me, not that's it's Milo, the
It's
dragon.
not Milo.
I know.
Close.
I
You're
know.
hot.
I just
We have
wanted to.
3 more characters to go. So
You're warm though.
Did you ever say Sonia?
Nope.
I think I heard him
Oh.
say that.
I didn't think I heard you say that. So no bonus points. Oh man.
That's okay.
All right, Frank, you're up again.
This is even better. A Valkyrie, 2 dragons, and another Spartan. Did you hear him too? He's Baldur's boy. That makes him the king's nephew. He's more valuable than you could have hoped for.
Is it Knarf?
Yes. Well, I'm thinking because of. Yeah.
What gave it away?
Yeah. Yeah, he's I think is he talking to Luna or
Yep.
all right.
Of course, you can learn about your father, but your girlfriend is right. It's very risky to read the grimoire. It's protected by powerful dark magic, mind gnashers. They drain you of your magic at an accelerated rate. They'll turn you feral like that.
Is it Knarf? Or our last
No, it's
guest?
not.
Correct.
No, it's not.
Who is it?
Bonus points.
Bonus points.
The bonus points to me are just double disappointment. So I'm like,
Maybe the second sentence has a clue in it.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. No, I'm gonna have to phone a friend. BBS. He must have heard me. He must have heard me. I'm gonna phone a friend. BBS.
I heard you.
It's like Lincoln said.
like,
If
no
people in the
answer.
room think you're a fool, better not to open your mouth and confirm it.
Nobody's home.
Nobody's home. Let's see here.
Come on, there was 2 other
My
people
first
that
thought
Knarf
was
talking
Jackbeard,
to.
but I'm not sure. My first
What?
thought was Jackbeard, but I'm not sure.
No, this is okay. This is in the Forest of Delirium in Arkansas, right? The Sorcerer City.
Okay.
So there's two other bunnies that you kind of really meet there, aside from the water guard and all of that.
One of them was a guest on the show.
Recently, like last week.
We still can't even remember.
She was I gave you the pronoun.
Well, that narrows it down.
Recently on the show, almost like Monday.
You could talk to her in our Discord.
Carly? Or did I say wrong?
Way to drop alpha.
Stop that right now. No more alpha out of you.
Well, her episode will actually drop before his, so it's not
Okay.
going to be.
You could ask her questions like you can Disco.
Moonbeam.
Ding, ding, ding. Yay, you got it. No
I
help
only got
at
it when they
all.
started mentioning the show, like, so I didn't know it either.
I was running out of hints without like just saying it outright.
Yeah.
That's a big one for you, Frank.
Did these just get longer?
Yeah, these are big quotes. Yeah.
That is the good magic of the hearth tree. It's not as powerful as the precious Scyther Force, and it won't give you special powers, but it's the source of all wisdom on the island, not just for bunnies, but also for the otters, squirrels, beavers, and all other magical creatures. It's true, without the magical Scyther water, we bunnies wouldn't be sorcerers, Spartans, Vikings, and so on. But without the tree, we wouldn't know how to use that magic.
That's definitely no. No. Like that's not the picture down there is enough. The quote is not enough.
I thought that's what you were saying.
Sorry, like I thought the slide changed. My bad. Nah, not enough.
Not Knarf. Yeah, I hadn't asked the question yet. Maybe you were just waiting on me. Is that Knarf? Is it Knarf?
No. I'm gonna lock in no. Thank you, Brian.
Nice. All right. Bonus question. Who said it?
Hoplite? Because he's definitely a bunny. That's what I definitely know. So it's not Milo, which is my go-to name drop.
Yeah, it's not Milo.
We know everything about what's happening.
I would.
We're just on your show.
Cornelius? I think the best part of this segment is watching Frank's hand go in his face and then off to the side.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
No one said there was bonus points, okay? The bonus points were added, all right?
That's true.
It's
That's
not
true.
enough. Next slide.
This is your clapping moment.
See, this is my testing you. I wanted to see how well you know the book and the lore and the story.
Very.
Right. Brian set you up like this, and I'm here to do my quiz with you.
Yeah, he's doing his additional testing with us.
Well, there you go. Well, that's. You heard it there, folks. Right there.
You get no brownie points for me.
So, are we skipping this like slide now because we've already passed that, or is the torture still going?
This one is mooning. I actually have to go back and make a correction, Frank. I think I was wrong. We were wrong on this one.
Is it Luna?
Or I have it listed wrong. Yeah, I have this one listed wrong. I was wrong.
See, this is why I was confused the whole time, guys. See,
because who do you think? Which sorcerer said this?
Well, we already X'd out one of them.
Who's the other sorcerer in the book? Because I forgot I put 2 sorcerer quotes in. I knew the second one. The big one is definitely Moonbeam.
It's Moonbeam, yeah.
But this is.
Are you telling me you're reversing it so I can get the same question wrong twice?
Correct.
Look, under the duress that I've been put under with all the accusations of the wrong slides and stuff, put on the spot here now. Well, it's not MsFirefly.
No, she's a Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Discifer.
He's a pirate.
I'm gonna have to phone a friend on this one, BBS.
Yeah, he is.
I'm leaving that in.
At any time, anybody can switch to pirate. By the way, I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah. He may have already switched.
I'm gonna have to pass on this one. Sorry, I'm not very versed in this.
Luna Diablo.
Luna. Luna was.
It
the
doesn't
other.
even ring a bell.
I'm with you, Luke. I didn't know this either.
Yeah, and I actually obviously didn't know it because I screwed up as well because I was like, oh, it was the guest.
You know
that we
what? And I
recently
should.
had.
That was my first thought, but then when you mentioned the show thing, and I was like, okay, so maybe it was Moonbeam. But I know there's only two others in that whole scene in these conversations, right?
Yeah. See, Luke, even the game master makes mistakes. So you were correct. You were correct in not trusting that original answer, and I steered you and Frank incorrectly. So that is
I helped in that too.
I honestly deserve this, guys. So you don't have to make excuses for me. I deserve this because of the amount of times I've laughed offset about other people's. I'm like, they didn't even know that one, and then I knew I was going to suck at it anyway.
Well, let's give you some redemption. Here is the very last question.
All right, here we go. Winner takes all. Last one wins.
Yeah.
I thought you were dead. Who, me? It'll take a lot more than a fatal wound from a magical ice sword to kill old Knarf. Let's just say I had a little help from the mysterious stranger. I added my own words, but that's okay.
Is it Knarf?
Knarf?
Well, he says it's Knarf. So if you said you're not trying to trick me, that's definitely Knarf.
It's a trick
It's
question.
definitely Knarf. I kind of figured the game would go like this, so I wanted to make the last one like
You did it. Yeah.
And for bonus points, who said this?
Yeah, he
Knarf.
said, I thought you were dead. Yeah,
Worth 1,000 bonus points.
Who said I thought you were dead? How about that? That's the bonus point. Like that's the actual thought that takes place before the who me? Who said I thought you were dead?
It's not Milo.
That's always you go to.
Yeah, you always.
Is it Milo?
Yeah,
it's
that's the next
Hopline.
game. Is it Milo? Yeah, you're correct. Ding, ding, ding. It is Hopline. Well, thank you so much for playing this game with us, Luke. It was, we're testing it on you, and we appreciate the fact that you're a good sport. You kind of know how this goes, and you did play a great game. I don't know how many you got correct because I lost count.
And I cheated on a few of them. I cheated on a few of them.
Did you see me
almost
doing
all of them? And then if I didn't cheat, though, guys, I'm not going to lie, you'll see me go, Knarf? Like, I've got a 50-50 shot. Like, and then you chuck the bonus questions in. That was the killer. I had a 50-50 shot beforehand, and I'm like, look, I'm not going to look completely. But, this is again, like, why we are here. We are ultimate fans. We aren't professionals at this. We all love it for a totally different way. And it just goes to show I suck at that. But next time, even though I said this, I'm going to come into it knowing I probably won't do any more research. I'm just going to continue loving my fluffle and doing what I'm normally doing. And then one day I will win at this.
No,
we all win when you play. You all win when you play.
That's true. This was, but I love this game. They're not even just is it Knarf? It's just like could be is it any of the characters from right and just taking the quotes or seeing the moments from the story and the lore. I think it's a great way to help people like also learn about the story. That was awesome. I didn't come up with the game idea myself. I just kind of applied a theme to that because actually when we were at Richmond, I asked MsFirefly, what kind of things could we do to improve the games and stuff like that. And she's like, I would take quotes out of the book and ask people who said it. So MsFirefly actually came up with the concept for the game. I just skinned it as, is it Knarf? Because I thought that would be fun. Yeah. So co-creation at its best. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I think it's very interesting that the last slide was talking about how Knarf was saved, and I don't know what's happening behind you, Frank. What is that? Is it Knarf?
And you can say pass. I'm not going to talk about it too. That's perfectly fine.
Well, you guys already know. I think you guys have seen it, right?
I haven't been to the drink and draw, so
yeah, but I
recently.
mean, you're familiar with the
I've
characters.
seen some of it. Yeah.
yeah.
And you're very
It's
familiar with the rabbit hole, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I know who it is, but yeah, this is the first that I've seen when it's a drawn scene of this person. So yeah.
And that's
This,
because what you're seeing in the rabbit hole, and that like you guys are used to, is essentially almost like the series 1 version, right? The V1, and then we needed the novel. We had to evolve it into like a novel version, character version, and so that's what is going on here. And we're actually capturing like a cinematic scene from. There's actually the post-credit scene. If you guys listen to the audio book, it's capturing the post-credit scene from book 1, which will probably will take you right into also book 2.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Any updates you'd like to share with the Fluffle about book 2? I know you and John are working on that. Anything that you can share that's not alpha?
What I can share is that we have started releasing chapter 1 to a control group with the questionnaire. And so if there are people that are really interested in diving in and giving feedback and filling out form after reading it, I'd be happy to give you. I'll tell you what, all we got so far, the response is, oh my God, that got me so emotional. Krista got teary-eyed, very teary, reading the first chapter of the book, and got her very emotional. It's hitting people. So the few that have read it, I would say maybe 5 or so, have all hit them all really hard. The very first chapter in the book opens.
Wow.
So,
great.
Yeah. No, you can sign me up if you need, just an extra set of eyes. I can read.
Yeah. I will send that your way.
Awesome.
I think you guys need to go back because you need to answer those questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's what I was saying. You don't get chapter 1 of book 2. You need to go back and read book 1. You look like I don't know what you're staring at, Lord El, but it ain't me.
No, I'm legit. No, I'm staring at you.
I think Lord El was thinking that I was trying to trick him. So, you guys should understand that I'm not always trying to trip people up. Just go with your gut. But
that's what makes it fun, Brian.
Yeah. Dude, that's where the laughs come in. And that's what I told Klopping too. And we talked, I was like, for me, that we just could not stop smiling and laughing with him through all of that, and because that was the first time we saw it, the first time I was seeing Klopping on the episode. And it just makes for a good time, right? If you know all the answers and you get them, it's just, this is where the fun comes in, us joking around, laughing together. I mean, makes everybody else in the community who are probably watching and don't know the answers too laugh along with us,
Yeah, I cringed. I jumped into the space. What was it? Is it last night that you guys were watching Old Man Gamer's episode?
Yes.
And you were at the section where he was doing the higher or lower that I completely messed up. And I was like, I'm out. I can't even watch that again because I know it's so wrong.
I remember the first time watching that, and Chris is like, what do you mean the level don't matter? That's all.
Hey, sometimes the game master gets it wrong. Sometimes, I'm like, I have an idea and I think it might be good, and it doesn't work. That's why we test these things.
We're always there for you, Brian. So anytime you got any questions, we got you. But
how would you grade
as much fun? What?
Yeah. How would you grade Is It Knarf as far as the different games?
I love it.
Okay.
That's what I was saying earlier. I just love it, and it's not even just the Is It Knarf. I feel like you could mix it up and do Is it King Harold? Is it Hotline? Is it Queen Christikins? Is it so? Especially as we get more books out, you'll have these core characters, and it's always depending on who's on the show. Maybe mix it up.
Yeah.
Is It Knarf though makes sense because copying different, everybody just starts calling everything Knarf if they're not sure. So.
Yeah. And Luke, I cut out the part in that clip where Luke said, "Is it Knarf?" And then he's afterwards, he's like, "Sorry, Klopping."
No. We don't cut that. That's got to stay.
Okay. All right. Maybe I can add that in post. But could you guys hear that when I played the video? Like, could you hear the Luke
I
saying?
couldn't hear the video, no, but I don't know how about everybody else.
So it didn't play. So it just played for me, but it didn't play for you guys. Okay. I can fix that in post. It's, I didn't know if playing a video through the slides would work, but yeah, it's just playing that clip. So I will cut in and I'll play that clip and I'll keep the whole part in where he's like, "Sorry, Klopping." But that was on John's show. We had such a good laugh from that I thought that would be a good intro into the playing of the game. So, and since Luke was our guest, it made even more sense to have Luke do the "Is it Knarf" in that. So yeah, cool.
I love it. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we've been on here almost 2 hours, Luke. So I think we've kept you on long enough. Before we kind of wrap things up, gentlemen, is there other questions we want to ask Luke to kind of close things out as we kind of head for home?
I'm gonna leave it to BBS if he's got any more of his
Fine.
one.
I'm staring straight at BBS, so that's what I'm thinking.
All right,
BBS.
this is a good one. I asked Aaron this question, and I hope I don't trip you up with this, but I always like to, there's some things that you go through life and you're like, hey, I'm proud of this or I'm proud of that, but it doesn't really come to light, and you're too humble to say it. I'd like to give this opportunity for you to say, like, what's something about you that's interesting that you want to tell everybody, but it's because I'm asking you.
That is a super hard question. I honestly don't know what is interesting about myself in that aspect. Like, are you talking like in life or?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be like that flop person now. It's like, I don't think I'm very interesting whatsoever. I don't think I have anything different about me opposed to the person to my left and the person to my right. I don't feel like I stand out in any way. I'm just, I guess, living life in the moment.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, within reason, like, I don't
super
think.
humble. You're super humble, and
No, but like,
let me help. I'll help you with this. You're like like what I said when you're like a diamond coming out of the sand. You're literally like you're perfect because of all of the things that have happened to you in life, and I want to thank everybody in your life that was either there or not there for you, because that's who you are right now in front of us, and it's amazing. So thank you for taking the time to come on this show, and I just wanted to give you that chance to say, like, like, I have a couple of things that I don't really, I don't talk about, but I just wanted to know if you had something that was like, like you're a chef or, I don't know.
No, man, I appreciate you saying that, BBS, and that is definitely a good question, and it's a good question in the way of, like, for me to start thinking, actually, because I was thinking the other day of, in the mornings, instead of, Krista made me think about it the other day, legit, when she was in the space, and she said, whenever you're angry, you're not grateful, or something like along those lines.
Whenever you're upset or angry, you're not being grateful.
Yeah, and that really resonated with me to make me realize, like, and I legit went straight to one of the people, because I'm a disability support worker now. I changed my career. I went straight to one of the guys. He wasn't having a bad day. And I said to him, tell me one thing that makes you feel grateful. Like, just today, don't care what it is. If it was the dinner that you just had, and it made me realize, like, when you are angry and you are cranky, you are being that. And it really resonated. So I think that, like, it's not the answer to your question, but it's definitely something that I needed to hear in order for me to continue to think, because I'm sure I am interesting. I'm sure I do have some interesting,
I think you are.
aspects. Thanks, man. And I think it's a good question for all of us, everyone listening. Every day too. It's, what are we thankful for? What are we proud of? What are we happy with? And I think that's our whys. That's what gets us through. That's what continues for us to be who we are. And again, like, a lot of this stuff is just coming from the hip, because I literally just thought about it yesterday, and then didn't think too much of it after the fact, apart from mind blown. And then today you asking me that question, and we are all interesting, but in what way? Sorry, I got a phone call.
Yeah.
You know what? Since we're talking about him and the stuff he's like that, for me is like how hard he works. Right? He works multiple jobs. Him, his wife, like through all. And I know he's working all day long. The moment he wakes up, the moment he goes back to bed at night, barely doesn't sleep much. Right? He works hard, but yet somehow finds time for all of us to help the Fluffle, to help all the projects out there, to be there for everybody, to be a part of the fan. Like that's something that in its own right is just amazing about no matter how hard he works, how tired he is, and all of that stuff, he'll still make time for everybody to be there for you or not let you down or, be a part of things. And it's just a testament to his character.
100%. Look at him on the phone. He's like joking on the phone. He's like, I'm not doing anything. What do you mean?
Sorry, guys.
Oh.
Okay.
No, don't worry.
We watched the episode now to hear what I said about you. That's all.
Oh, damn.
All that alpha, you just missed it. That's okay. You have to watch.
Yeah. I can't believe Knarf does that. Oh, it blew my mind. Like, we're going to have to bring back that exploding brain for that one.
He's not very keen right now.
A lighter question. What's your favorite food in the U.S. and what's your favorite food like locally where you are? Like, pick one thing.
I feel it's sort of an easier one. Like the whole smokehouse stuff that you guys do is like next to none. So I'm not going to mention that, but just go take it down to the roots to something small. It's like a Philly cheese steak, right? It's just similar to a sub. I guess it just goes hand in hand with me bloody pork roll. But having a Philly cheese steak over here opposed to having one in America, and next to none, because we care about our our people more, so our food is more regulated. But the food over there, like the cheese sauce that you guys have over there, we can't get here, and it is just to die for. So when you get like anything with like a cheese sauce, I had a Philly cheesesteak, and it was probably one of the best things I ever eaten. Like definitely in America, hands down. And at home, I don't know, it's a hard one. And it's probably just going to be like cliche, but it'd be my wife's lasagna, I'd say is the best. I don't know. She just puts olives and stuff in it, and it's just, it's amazing. I love it.
That's interesting. I've never had it with olives. I mean, I don't like olives, but
I love
olives are good. And if you don't like olives, make it into a tapenade, right? Like blend it up, and you won't know it because it brings that salty aspect to it, and it's got this little bit of like it's until you've tried it, you won't know.
I'll try it.
But it's
I
good.
love olives.
Oh, it's tried in lasagna. Oh yeah, you're on the health kick, right?
Well, yeah, we're working on that. But even the lasagna, I'm used to an Italian lasagna, so I don't think anybody's sticking olives in Italian lasagna. But I don't know. It'd be good.
But then again, olives is pretty Italian.
It depends on the olives.
True.
But yeah, I'd try it just because I love olives and I love lasagna. So it sounds good. So when you guys come back over for Richmond next year, you bring over one.
Oh, we will make it when we get there for sure. Yo, that's a good idea. I already want to bring a care package for everyone with like Milo and Vegemite and all the normal staples that we have over here that you people are like, what is that? So I've already got a list of stuff I want to bring over.
Well, that's good because you come with a suitcase full to bring stuff over, and then it'll be empty, so we can fill it up and send you home.
I'm gonna bring the exact same suitcase that you gave me back because it was the perfect size. I got a canvas print in Richmond, and it fit, shit you not, perfectly. It would have cost me $200 to get shipped home, but it fit perfectly in this. And then with all my that was the best suitcase ever. Clutch move, that one.
Let me ask you, because our suitcase is smaller over in Australia. Here's a question, right? Because when we went over to the UK, like our suitcases, like me and Krista, when we went to the UK, and they looked at us like we were nuts with the size of our suitcases because it's like they almost had like smaller traveling suitcases, but everything was like kind of smaller over there too. And one is like suitcases they don't come that big in Australia.
No,
Like,
what I think they do, but they're like at the back. You know what I mean? Like at the because the suitcase that you gave me, would you say that's a big one? Because we don't have them that big.
big zip up one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was huge. We like I'm sure they are here, but at our regular like we use Kmart, is like I guess is our version of that store.
Yeah, it's
But
just
yeah,
a regular one we got from
We had a
Costco.
Kmart here. Yeah, we had Kmart here.
Oh, you said you got Kmart there with
We
oh
used to.
sick.
We used
Because
to,
we've
yeah,
got
well,
Target. We got Target here, but it's not like your guys' Target because we don't have food in our Target and all the other stuff that
That's
you
a
guys
super
got.
Target. It's a super Target. It's a Target and super Target. Super
Yeah.
Target.
Oh, is
has
it
like
too?
Target doesn't have the food. Yeah.
Yeah, our Targets don't have like that much food, but yeah, Super Target. I've never been in one of those. That's probably interesting.
They got like
Yeah,
their own
no.
market area. It's like a
Yeah.
full like
It's
supermarket.
kind of like Walmart with the food in it. Like, you know, when you have
Yeah.
the Walmart, it has the full
Yeah.
food. That's all Target's version is that.
Yeah.
If Dayton Hudson and Target or Walmart wants to sponsor this show, just, you know, have them contact BBS, Lord L, or myself. We would be happy to talk about the or Kmart from
I'm
Australia.
still trying to get a Hasbro Monopoly game happening. Like,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
know
We
that
were-
they are listening, and it's a great idea. With so many pieces, and it would be
We'll
a
work
blow
with your
up.
team. We've got the artists, you know, the
Mhm.
support that's something that they would be interested in, you know, moving forward. We'll help you
Yeah,
out with
please social listen to this.
you know, yeah.
And we did look into it. I started researching into doing a Monopoly, like a Kenengard
Mhm.
Monopoly. We have all the lands, all the little characters would just be awesome pieces.
Oh my
You
goodness! Collector pieces, like you get the collector packs. They did that with Mario Kart, where you have the base game, and then you can buy like packs of different characters.
Dude, there's so much we could do with that.
Yeah, I think we need
I want
to. Like, if we could, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I want the Kenengard themed bloody Airbnbs. I want the Mystic Mer Airbnb. Like I want to have that whole feeling because, like I said, I was thinking I brought it up the other week because I seen the Shrek one online. And like looks like Shrek's actual house. The boulder and everything was there, and I was like, "Yo, that's what gave me the thought. Like, imagine having a Kenengard one, and in Kenengard is the different rooms, and I guess that's going to come off the theme park when we have it. It'll be the literally Kenengard. But man, how sick would that be? That's what I want. And then the board game can be perfectly inside that. It'll be perfect on the shelf in there.
We could start off small with the Airbnb and then kind of expand that into the theme park, you know.
You just get some paint and do it now, too, right?
All right, you guys come over to my house.
Pick a
My
room.
wife will be fine with that. I'm sure she's good with, you know, turning
A lot of white on that wall back there, Brian.
There's no white on the walls. But this is just my little tiny office. Like I'm literally like touching like side to side wall. It's not like it's deep or anything. So that's why I don't have a lot of space. But yeah.
You covered every
I love it. I love all the
pieces.
Yeah, I love every piece of that.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It feels a lot bigger looking at it.
The cats like to hang around up there too. But
I love showing
really
it off like when I'm on conference calls. Yeah, like I show off my bunnies on conference calls to people that, you know, like they have no idea what we're doing here and any of that stuff. And they're just amazed by the art. They're like, the art is so fantastic. They get it when they see the art. What they don't get is they're not in Discord or something like that. Like we need the Monopoly game in their Target, you know, to get them excited about that, or the TCG, like, you know, something maybe a little lower stakes than a TCG because, you know, but yeah, we'll get to that eventually, right?
We'll get there.
All of it, you know, and that's what it is. It's like just they can, you know, go to the website, see the clothes, the art. Well, like I said, stuffed animals, collectible figures, cards, like all of it. Like, you know, just and it's like just because if you love the art and you love that stuff, you can get into it. If you read the book and then you fall in love with more characters, and now you can just collect stuff.
Yeah,
there's something for everybody.
Yeah, I am so excited.
And with what Mike's doing, like with the new site, is going to be
oh my god,
amazing,
it's epic,
right? I mean,
I I totally missed that. I can't wait to see what that is. You know, it sounds awesome. Like
It's
I
beyond.
hate it when I miss
yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, I mean, so Mike's doing it right, and Mike is like, thank goodness we have him on the team.
Yeah, it's a wait till you
like,
see it.
he
It's
blows me away with what he
and
does.
he only showed you parts of it. Like there's so much more that me and Krista got to see and dive into. It just looks amazing. Like if you go into the game section and stuff like that, it's just it's awesome. And that's going to be the perfect place, for people to go in and truly understand what's going on. If you're not a Discord person, it doesn't mean that you still can't fall into the world, because this will allow people who understand that to easily navigate and learn.
Well, that's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really gonna be like it's like the missing piece. There's a couple of like gaps, if you will, and so like just being able to capture the most amount of people and eyes to this,
And once they get Is It
great
Knarf
move with
there,
that.
it's gonna
Congrats with that.
be next level.
Dude, once there's tons of books out, there's going to be a game like we could put out like not a card game, but like those little card games that people like, the trivia games, and like,
I teased last on our last episode that came out with Moonbeam, like the little short snippet game where the answers evaporate until it gets to the final one. Our plan with that, Frank, is that we're going to just put that out on social and TikTok and just experiment like with just showing people the characters and just having those is just like little individual videos. So people that don't know who the Battle Bunnies on TikTok will see that, like, oh, that's Jackbeard, stuff like that. We'll just, we'll be able to put
way to get stuff. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, we thought we'd just have
We'll
some
need some
fun.
outtakes on there too. We'll definitely need some outtakes on there.
Yeah. We were gonna do an outtake show, but we have over 40 hours of video to go through to get, some of the outtakes. We need an intern.
Yeah,
we get an intern that could go through that stuff. But
they're coming. They're coming.
Yeah,
it's all coming. There's so much going on behind the scenes too that we're working towards. And I know, Brian, I know you talked to John quite a bit too. So you're what we're working towards.
Yeah, I know some of the bigger. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. Very excited. So yeah, lots of great stuff on the roadmap. But
it takes a village.
It does take a village.
Luke, Lord Luke Elrug, what advice do you have for someone that's coming in brand new, listening to this Fancast for the first time, and they want to learn about the Battle Bunnies? Where would you point them to?
I'd say definitely find the Discord link, jump on our Twitter, jump into the Discord, and then just jump in general, and maybe hop in the rabbit hole for a little bit. But I guess general consensus from definitely this episode is read the book. Find what you like. What are you coming for? Are you coming for the TCG? Are you coming for like what is it that actually brings you here? But I think the biggest thing is jumping in general. Yeah. Jump in main chat and just talk and just see if it's right for you, because chances are if you're watching this, you're already gravitating towards us, and the vibe does attract your tribe. But there is a lot that's going on. There's a lot of waves that have gone. We've done the Spartans. We're onto our second Genesis now, which is at the end of. We're going to be going into series 2, and definitely advice I can give is, don't feel bad that you don't own any of the other drops that we've already dropped. Definitely try and get your hands on some if you can. Non-financial advice, but every single day, more and more is evolving. As you see in these fan casts, you see how much involved the community is, and just get involved. Jump in the main chat, have a look, and I want to hear other people's opinions and other people's thoughts on where we can be, because that's how this is all being created from the start. Co-creation, the rabbit hole, the everything just started with someone hopping in, taking the time to go, why don't we bring this out? And then all of a sudden we're here. So it's jump in Discord and just chat. Just jump in and have a chat.
Just get to know us. And it's funny when we were at playthrough a few weeks ago, and I started saying, like, as we're telling everybody about people, because you said co-creating and all that, and I started to explain, they're like, what is the Battle Bunnies? And it's like, essentially, we're not creating for people, we're creating with people. And that's what makes us so unique. But when I reached behind while you were talking, because you said read the book, I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is the case. This is also the #1 issue. This is actually signed
Case
copy
is beautiful.
#1. But like, it wasn't even until like Drywall and everybody was here and saw this case in person, like the way the book fits in here, it's so snug. And then it's like all like felt line inside, but it just slides in so snug and tight. And the bookmark sits there, and it's just so well made. And so if you own that particular edition, you could get the matching case for your edition, which is cool. So that means there's only 100 signed hardcovers that'll ever be made. There'll only ever be 100 of these cases ever made.
Ooh. And do we buy those on?
I didn't realize I had it sitting over here.
Where do we get them from, Frank?
What? Wait, I didn't hear. What'd you say?
No, me and Brian said the same thing at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just asking where to get the cases. Is it on the store or is it at Carly's?
Yes, it's on Dragon Woodshop, but a link to the store is there. So it's just, I have a card here too. It's Dragon Woodshop, and I believe it's just dragonwoodshop.com. But there's a link in our Discord that'll take you right there. And then she has a little Battle Bunny section because she has also the beautiful carved wooden hop tokens for the trading card game, one of Hoplite and Jackbeard, and you get the set of them in there. You get to put them together, and they got the little hop tokens. It's awesome. But I'm such a fan of these cases, and I think a lot of people, they see the pictures and they're not sure. And then when like everybody came and saw that in person, they're like, "Oh my god, I didn't know it was like this. I need to get one." And
well, I've seen the pictures, but you holding it then and pulling it out, it just makes it totally different. It even looks and the way the bookmark sits out. I'm going to be jumping on and getting one for sure. Yeah, I might send it to one of your guys's and then I'll pick it up in Richmond.
It's very it's solid and beautifully made. I got to see them in person, and that's when I met them at the Animate Raleigh show, and I just fell in love with it right then and there. And we started, so I gave it money right then and there, and I was like, I need one made for our hardcovers. And then we started talking in Discord about designs and all of that stuff. And finally we came to this. They're just, the quality is amazing.
Yeah, next level. Yeah.
Well, you saying that says something because you guys do not skimp on quality. So.
No, and
LaNatra enough.
Yeah. I just love them. Yeah,
we recently had Carly on. She's great. And
I know. Why you guys dropping more alpha?
I know, but after.
This episode is after. Yeah. It's not alpha if you watched last week.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. It's alpha to me watching. No, I knew already.
You knew she was on because PBS probably asked you or Krista for some names of people that we should be getting on.
Krista, I think, right? You worked with Krista on that one behind the scenes.
Yeah, I wanted a list of people that were members of the community but not holders, because to me, if you're sticking around and you're hanging out but you're not a holder, I just wanted to reward that. I wanted to, have that come from the Fancast and have the Fancast be part of that journey for them. And when I looked at all the names, and then Krista helped me, narrow down to one. And Carly was just that person, she's just great. So I'm happy that she got that. She figured out MetaMask for the first time, which was a little bit scary. I did tell her a couple of things hey, not to freak you out, but check your hidden and don't unhide everything. Just the stuff that is there. But she figured it out and she was so happy. And then the one that we gave her, she really resonated with the Hooligan, had purple skin, and we're at the Fancast, we're big on backgrounds, so we gave her a good background, and she just loved it. So it was great to seeing her reaction, and being a part of that journey is great.
I can't wait to see that episode. And like I said, she's you're right, somebody that was a part of the community. wasn't into like understanding or into, not that she understood what we were doing. She loved, she was there for our mint parties and enjoyed everybody's excitement, but hadn't truly dove in. But yet she was creating beautiful collectible cases for our collector community that, and she understood all that and loved the art and all of that stuff. So it was just cool to be able to bring her into that. And we're finding more and more that are coming in from other sides of things, aren't into the NFT side, but as they're watching everything and seeing everything, they're just like, all right, I get this. This is not what, maybe the media made it out to be or what other people talked about it. And I want to be a part of this, we just experienced
so in
that.
this case, the NFT was an extra layer. Like it's an extra thing. Like, I wasn't even
like we
thinking
said
about
at the very
that, but now that
start,
I
right?
have it, it's so cool. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what we said at the start. Remember, it's more than that now. The NFTs are like the bonus. When we started, it was the opposite. The friendship was the bonus. Now it's like the friendship is the main thing, and then the NFTs are the bonus. So it's crazy how it's flipped like that. And shout out to you, BBS, being so generous like that. And always willing to, I guess give credit where it's due. Like you're giving someone something that has been here from been a part of the community, and it just goes to your character as well, BBS, man. That's absolutely sick.
That was awesome, and I think I can't wait to see that episode because I just thought that was such a great idea, and couldn't have picked a better person to do that with. So thank you for you guys doing that, and for you doing that, BBS, and for everything that the Fancast just does for the Fluffle and the community as a whole. And especially you, Lord L, because today is your episode.
it's your day.
And
I feel so much closer to you. I feel closer to you. I feel like this was good. I'm really excited and happy for you that we could have this time to like highlight you. And you didn't rug, and it was perfect. It's like redemption.
I was waiting for it, and this was such an amazing you didn't live up to the Lord Elrug name, which is somewhat disappointing in some sense, but at the same time, it was just great that you were here for the whole thing.
Yeah. And if we stay on just a few more minutes, we'll have longer talk time than Frank did when he did his first episode.
Damn, it's been a while.
Which you know what that means? That means more editing for our boy Brian. And that...
for every hour that we have, I have 2. So
I'm surprised I made it this late too, because when you told me 9:45, I'm thinking, ooh, I don't know. Okay, but I'll do it.
And it's always like it's tough, right? Because we're trying to do this so that Luke can be there at a certain time. We hit that like sweet spot for him, but it's like you tell someone it's 9:45 and they go, Like Carly, she was like, no, I'm not doing 9:45. That's 8:30, which I'm like, okay, well, it's fine. We'll make that work. And then I think Luke was like, well, can you stall a little bit, like a half an hour?
I'm going to make chips after you and
Yeah, because normally by this time I'm in bed. We all have learned that about me. I can't stay up. I mean, I do when we have things going on, but it's tough for me. I've passed out in the Discord. People have, Chris has walked in the living room and be like waking me up like you're snoring in the Discord. Like everyone, so like, oh, okay.
You've passed out playing poker before.
Yes.
Nice.
Creature not too long ago passed out and was snoring in the Discord.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I told him, dude, I said, do not feel bad about it. I've done it multiple times.
Well, and because of the time zones, I find myself a lot of the time 2 a.m. in bed with it on my ear, because I don't want to wake up the whole family, but I don't want to miss out on listening or watching to something. So it's definitely easy to fall asleep on the Discord because I got like all these different devices all in different chats, and it gets a bit much.
Though is to be muted if you are going to pass out. I didn't think to do that, because I'm sitting there and talking, but then I'm just listening and then slowly nodding out, and before you know it.
That's just classic.
Yeah.
An empty bowl of ice cream, I'm sure, to his left.
Yeah, that because this was on the couch, so I would have to then wake up and get up a little bit before I had to get everything, go to bed, and then I would get my ice cream and go to bed. And we haven't been doing that. I haven't had ice cream in a while. Well, yeah, we had a little bit, but I've been off that whole every night We've been good lately, me and Krista.
Yeah, you brought it up.
That's good.
Yeah.
Luke, is
Yeah,
there something that we
we've-
haven't asked you? Is there a question that we haven't asked you that you're like, oh, I wish they had asked me that?
No, not really. I didn't have any expectations on coming to the show. I just wanted to, just for it to, like, how it went, just see what happened. Us just get up here and vibe and just talk as we normally do and whatever. Honestly, there's nothing that I want to say and there's nothing I don't want to say, but I'm just thankful that I'm a part of this journey with all you guys, and I'm going to continue to give it my all and continue to make more and more friends, and we'll be sitting in Cannon Garden in no time.
Well, this was another great fan cast. It was great to turn the tables and put Luke as the ultimate fan, because he too is an ultimate fan here on the fan cast. You can see that in just everything that he's involved in, everything he's been involved in. Like, I just don't think we have the Battle Bunnies and the community that we have today without Lord L. Like, he is just an integral part of that. Like, and it was great, to sit down with him, or in this case, stand up for me. You guys are sitting, but I've been standing for 2.5 hours. And that's okay, because I've been standing for like 9 hours today. Today was a lot of time on my feet. But back to Lord L. Such a great guy, man. Just love everything about that guy. And we didn't get to ask him about how he got so sexy, but maybe that's that for the next show.
That was not a question I had.
What is it like to be a sex symbol, in the fan, in the ultimate or the Battle Bunnies community? Like, that those we can save to future episodes, but
he's such a huge part of everything, and the kindness and the energy and the vibes and the positivity that he just spreads, and like it's there's always so many things that you can continue to say about him, but then it's like he'll just say that back, and it just seems to be the thing here, right? Is that just like we just keep saying the same stuff back and forth, but he's always just been so amazing to having him a part of everything we do, and what he's done for us, and
he deserves the bouquet of flowers.
Yes,
he does. Yeah. Yeah, and I love that he it's everything. It's like inside the Discord, it's inside our community, and outside of our community. It's like having your favorite sports player get up to bat in a baseball game, or in a football game, which we have different versions of football in the U.S. and Australia, but just seeing that, like, someone come up to bat and them just doing it, and you just like your chest comes up and you're like, yep, they belong with us. And here it comes, because this is like a really good representation of us now talking on a space or on this fan cast. And I really enjoy that part of him. And then now knowing a little bit more about him through this episode, this show, I have a lot more respect for him. So and it's so funny when he does those quirky things, like he just disappears, or he'll have a connection broken or something, and it adds to that. Like, we're not making fun of him, we're enjoying that process with him. So yeah, I'm super excited about the show. I'm gonna probably listen to it several times.
I think all those things that you're talking about there, that makes him who he is, and is what makes him so lovable to us too, because he genuinely makes us all laugh with the things he does. And it's not even intentional on his part. It's just him being him, and we love him for that. But that brings so much joy and laughter to us, and moments and memories that we can laugh and tease him about and talk about, and it's just there's something so special about him. Too bad he's not in the green room listening, and he could hear all this.
I know, like, he'd probably be upset about all this.
Yeah, so upset. Yeah, no. And for speaking of the green room, like, we got a rare look at one or two of his siblings. That's one of the special things about being on the show, is like, occasionally you'll get to meet somebody from Luke's family across the globe, and just like Luke, you can just tell that they've got that same kind of spirit. They're happy, and just great smiles, all that stuff. So yeah, it was
genuinely proud of them. Like,
yeah,
see
they're
that in their eyes.
genuinely like. I love the part though, like when he said the thing with his son, and he was like, "No," like about moving. Just classic kid stuff, like kids. He's like, "Yeah, he's like, "No." But anyways, this was a great show. If you enjoyed this fan cast and you'd like to be on it, definitely reach out to one of us. We would love to get connected and figure out a time when we can have you on the fan cast and share you as the star with other members of the Fluffle inside of our community. Like it's exciting for us to do that with different fans each week. And I know that, like Frank mentioned on the show, like he's a big fan of, seeing people, getting to hear their stories and so forth. So definitely get in contact with us. Do the subscribe, alerts, comments, all that stuff. We really, really appreciate that shows you or shows us that you're out there, you're listening, you're engaging with it, you're finding it interesting. And it just, gives us an idea what to share more of. So if you can do that, please help us out with that. And anything else, BBS guys?
Shout out to DeFi, Degen Jack, Marissa, AJ, Breaky, Dad, Dave.
I didn't
You
have
guys
to mention Dad.
consistently, Krista, consistently commenting and liking each of the shows, and we see it and we appreciate you.
Yes,
thank you. And thank you to Frank for coming here for 2+ hours to talk about our friend Luke, Lord El. We appreciate your time as well.
We do.
Thank you guys for having me, man. It was an honor, and I got excited to be invited to hang out here with you guys and just get to spend
You're
more
the
time.
You're the first repeated guest, by the way.
He's not a guest. He's a host.
That's not a guest, but he's a second time on the show, right?
He's a co-host.
I'm not a guest host.
Scratch
you're the first
guest co-host. Yes, that's correct. So
you're also on the show twice.
That's true. I guess technically I'm on the show twice. So.
Technically, we've been on the show like 30 times then, or whatever, however many episodes.
There should be a special guest host Scyther reward. I don't know, maybe something in the future we can talk about.
Ooh, I like
that. I want to get on the Binky Awards.
Oh,
I want to make that an event. We need to make that a big event with everybody.
Yeah, we did have to delay that because of timing and stuff. But yeah, we definitely want to make that an event. We're trying to figure out, like, does it make sense to do it when we're live in October again? Like, could we figure something out for the Fluffle men? And we know. We know who's going to create the awards for us.
Oh,
potentially.
Really? Oh, I'm excited.
You got a hint when you were showing the book.
Okay. All right. Just dropping more alpha.
Yeah. So yeah, we do definitely want to get the Binky Awards, and that certainly could be a Binky Award for, appearances, hosting, all that stuff, because we want to reward the community for their participation, and definitely community members that come on and share their stories with everybody. So yeah, we're excited.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. Every time you guys announce things or talk about that, we get excited. I get excited. Like, I get excited every Monday for new episodes. So, I'm a fan. I'm being like a giddy, excited fan waiting for stuff. I know what I do to you guys all the time, so it's only fair I get a little taste of my own medicine.
Yeah.
Well, it was in the beginning. It was tough, right? Like those months were like, "Hey, you guys gonna do something?" Like,
you've recorded 20 episodes or something like that. Yeah, we record like 15 episodes. Yeah,
we were also filming like 3 or 4 a day, so we don't do that anymore. But because you can imagine doing this, right, and then filming 2 more. We were just
Yeah, well, our shows were a little bit shorter. Yeah,
Right, they were shorter.
you know, we're definitely trying to keep them to an hour or under, but you know,
It happens.
it
We're
happens.
excited. We run
These
our
good
own, yeah.
conversations, yeah.
Especially you put me on the show, you know it's going to be long, and then me and Lord L together, you know it's just going to be long.
Yeah. The game segment went a little longer than I thought it might do.
I thought Knarf was gonna be the answer
Sorry.
gravity slide, and that would have been funny. But
Originally, I was going to make it all 10 of them were going to be, is it Knarf? And it was all 10 of them were going to just be Knarf quotes. Like,
I mean, even
you
some
still
of them,
would have
like,
got them wrong. Yeah.
it's like even some he was addressing himself or speaking as him, say, you know, it's why he's like, but he says his name is Knarf.
Yeah.
It's got to be Knarf. It's like,
Think
yeah,
about yeah. That one should have been easy.
it's like I hate lettuce. I'm like, please don't say it's hot plate.
Is it Knarf?
All right, cool. Well, I think we can end it, guys.
Yeah, let's
say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
bye everybody.
It was
Thank
Knarf.
you.
We had Knarf with us, so it is Knarf. You know, this special episode, it is Knarf.
Mm-hmm.
I am me.
It is him. Awesome. Thank you for joining us today, Ultimate Fan. BBS, Lord L, and Brian, that's me, do hope you enjoyed today's program as much as we did, where Ultimate fans like you are the stars of the show. We'd be honored to have you join us on a future episode where you can share your story and love of the Battle Bunnies with this encouraging community. It would be the greatest compliment if you shared something you love about the Battle Bunnies on your favorite social platform today like X, Facebook, or Instagram and tagged us. Or simply use hashtag UltimateFancast so we can recognize and celebrate with you and other super fans by sharing your post. Bonus points if you do both and use an image of one of your favorite Battle Bunnies or a screenshot of this episode. We know you share, like, and comment because you care about our fellow Ultimate fans as much as we do. Please leave comments too to let us know how we can make this the greatest fan experience for the Battle Bunnies community. This podcast is sponsored by Hairstream Media, your bunnies all the time streaming service. Okay, not really. It is just us fans like you giving some of our time to support other fans like you. Join us over in the Battle Bunnies community and Discord to continue the fun. We hope you tune in with us each week. So make it easy. Subscribe now. We'll be here to keep you hopping when you need us.